You're watching Tomorrow Thoughts with your host, MelaninAndEspressos. Today's guest is Cebeis.
Anyway, hi, welcome to Tomorrow Thoughts. My name is MelaninAndEspressos. The MelaninAndEspressos. One time when I was a kid, I drank a cup of coffee and I just said, this coffee looks like me. And that's where it came from. That is not where it came from. I'm lying. Today's guest. That is not where that is.
I love the fake lore though.
It was a good. I have two.
It was.
I said two, but I put up three. Pick number three, my lord. If your girlfriend's favorite movie is not like in the top three, Shrek, does she have mental issues? Today's guest is Cebeis. I'm so not used to saying just Cebeis.
Right?
Cebeis, tell the people about yourself.
Hi, I'm Cebeis. I use she, they pronouns, and I am a horror streamer on Twitch and TikTok primarily. And I do RPGs, I do horror, I like to do short form content, and I just like to have fun. I like to play horror games.
I ain't never heard anybody say their pronouns in the intro. Come on, professional.
It's like I want people because I don't want nobody to be like,
what
I've
are
heard
you?
people say they, and yeah, exactly. It's like, what
you?
is that about? Right. We love to do that, and we also like to have like little talks about like life stuff and things like that while we're also being scared at the same time. So it's like philosophical conversations, then screaming.
Deep ass conversations in the middle of running from a damn serial killer that followed you from a hotel. I think that was the first stream I got to sit through, other than your art streams, where I was just like,
oh yeah,
Cebeis is having a whole good ass time right now, and this motherfucker about to kill her. Like, okay, all right.
It's the short attention span. It's like I'm scared, and then my brain goes, you know what I was thinking about today? So it's like I can't stay scared long.
I can stay petrified long. I can't stay in like action fights long. Like people who do Apex all the time, and you just compete, and you made it to that top three, and you like people who play with lobby clearers kind of people couldn't be me. Just tell me to be the healing person. I'm not gonna be hyper vigilant the whole time. I can't do Call of Duty. That whole head on a swivel, and then you got to have your hand-eye coordinate. I like games where I can sometimes put my controller down and like put my lip gloss on, and if I'm eating, I can take a look between.
Yeah. That's what I like about Fortnite too. It's like if I just get tired of just being sweaty, it's like I could just stop and just hit the rolly dance on a hill until I'm done being bored. Like that's it.
I just get in the car and drive.
Like so serious. Yeah.
It's just put on the radio. Serious, and I think because I got so used to Fortnite, I'm like, it's not colorful.
Yes, it's like really, where's my Ariana Grande skin?
What's that shit? I was like, it's very neutral tones. Very giving me what's that shit called on the accessibility trichophobia? God damn it. Three colors. You can only see three colors, like orange, greens, and browns.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
and a light blue. That's it. And ain't no other colors on that damn game. And then you could get killed by a monster, but the monster's on the spawn here, and then it's a lot. I see why people who smoke can enjoy it. I love that for y'all. That y'all can focus. I would have to pop our Adderall to play Apex. And did you know that Adderall is expensive if you actually need it as a like prescription?
Wait, really?
Even with insurance. Yeah, with insurance, depending on your insurance. Because I was gonna say, hey doctor, can I switch my Lexapro to Adderall? Because I was like, the upper ain't working. Let's do a downer shit. Like let's stimulate something else. That shit, my medicine went from being $4.13 to $27.13, and then one place said $34.36, and I was like, I could buy this from a nigga that goes to raves. Like I could just go to raves.
They will definitely supply.
This guy that I used to go to high school with, he got caught selling pills, and his mugshot, we used to laugh because his nickname was Panda. His mugshot is him grinning from ear to ear, like. And they went to his mom's house and they found like thousands and thousands of pills under his bed with like wads of money. And my friend was cracking up because she's like, take it
Yeah.
I was like, I hate that fact that I had the same mindset. I was like, I could have asked that nigga for Adderall while we were in high school. I didn't have to pay for it out of pocket. And I used to bake for that dude. I was like,
it's like we could have had a barter system. Like,
this it's fine because now you know people. Not all pills is pills that they say, so I get it. But I'm every day I think about that. I'm like, could have got at least 12. My baked goods was good. I had icing on it.
He's like, I'm on icing. We could have made something work.
I was bringing like fudge brownies, but it'll be like caramel s'mores fudge brownie. It was something. It was always a little something extra to it. And then my friend, her sister worked at some like really fancy Korean cuisine place, and we used to just have like a little spread every day. And he would sit at our table. He ate at our table, and he brought nothing.
He could have brought the Adderall.
We both had ADHD. We could have used it.
Like,
do you know how many more meals could have been brought to the table? Maybe we would have had more sides. We could have had sides, and it wouldn't just be like meat and rice. It would have been like corn, potatoes, cabbage. Bitches love cabbage. I don't like cabbage, but okay. I'm gonna start asking questions. So Cebeis. How'd you get into streaming?
I actually had started streaming like ages ago, because I used to do portrait commissions, well, digital portraits online. And this was during the time the group I was in, there was a big theft issue, and people were like saying, "Oh, this person stole, this person stole, this person stole," and I did hyperrealism art. Well, not hyperrealism, but I did semi-realism, and people were like, "How do we know you're not stealing?" So I just started like streaming my art so they would watch me draw from beginning to end. It's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to say that I took somebody's picture and traced it when you can
watch
see
me.
Like, yeah.
Was it on? Did you start on Twitch?
I started on, I think it was a website called Meet Me, where you had to like get a number or something to put in.
That.
Yeah,
you can stream on Meet Me now? I'm sorry.
You could then, yeah. And then I was eventually somebody was like, if you do Twitch, you don't need a number. And I was like, okay. And I did Twitch like maybe twice. And I was like, people were coming in that were not part of the group, and my anxiety did not like that. It's like I was just streaming so like the person who ordered from me could see it.
Shut it down.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, I can't do Twitch anymore, guys. I can't. You know my videos are real. Like,
yeah.
And then I started doing YouTube to like show speed paints and stuff. But gaming streaming, I initially just tried it just because a friend had recommended it as an anxiety thing to help with, like to get me more social. And I felt like it was the safer option than the stuff people always tell you, like go to a bar and strike a conversation with somebody. It's like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm
go
just
to the
not.
park with your dog. You'd be like, no, me and my dog both have anxiety. No, we'll both be crying.
Yeah, it's like no, it's like all these options are pretty terrifying. Like I can't imagine just like
go to the grocery store and walk up to somebody.
Yes, or like they'll tell you like just be alone and approach strangers. It's like I can't do that. But at least with Twitch, it's like if I get like scared or anxious or something, I was like I could turn it off. And I started off streaming like maybe once every 3 months or so, because it was like, yeah, no.
I get it. I miss old Mel, PlayStation Mel, that would just shut stream down as soon as it was over 7 people. Because I didn't know how to hide it at first. And now on PlayStation you can't. And I just remember one day somebody rated me with like 22, 21 people, and I was like, well, thank you, but fuck you. And like 2-3 months down the line, somebody had made this big tweet on Twitter like, if you don't want people to raid you, then turn it off. And I was like, you could turn that shit off? And I was fine after that. And then one day it was like my birthday was coming up, and I think Zadie was the person who was like, turn your fucking raids back on. What you mean? She's like, I tried to raid you the other day. Turn your fucking raids back on. Your birthday's coming up. And I'm like, And then ever since then I haven't. But I miss. Anxiety is a bitch. Like
it is.
It's one of those. It's a rational fear. Technically nothing can happen, but something could happen, and that could is the bitch, because it's like, why take that chance?
Like it's that fear too. It's like you just don't even want to feel that like clawing, gnawing feeling. So it's like anything I can do to avoid feeling that discomfort, it's like I'm gonna do. It doesn't matter.
That's how the Insomnia File started. Because originally I used to
Mhm.
stream from like 10 p.m. to like damn near 8 because no one would
Mm.
be on Twitch at the time. Like all the late night streamers you could go to, you're not coming to me. I used to play like Dauntless. I would get on games to be playing like with people on other servers. Like I'd be playing with people in Japan, in Switzerland. Oh my god, me and the Switzerland people was very lots of fun. But Killing Floor
Really?
2, I was playing like Dauntless, just random games, learning different languages.
That's beautiful. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
hold you.
And for some reason, if you don't speak my language and you're in my chat, I'm fine. Because you're not gonna say anything that I can understand and I'm not gonna feel pressure. You're just saying GG and
Mhm.
wow. I'm fine.
Mhm.
It's the American speaking, the English speaking list of oh, you're doing great. Wow, you're really not this isn't for you. This is for the girls. The gays and the girls.
Right.
It's not for you.
Yeah. Oh my
Damn.
god. I was just talking about that too cuz I'm trying to get into YouTube, so I started putting shorts out there before I upload. All my other platforms are mostly women, and I have a lot of good interactions on those platforms, but the one platform I have that is mostly men, I get the most
YouTube.
vile, like abusive, dumb, like not dumb like
Really?
their comments are dumb, but calling me dumb. Yes, absolutely. All of my
Wow.
YouTube shorts, but I'm a dictator, so I delete it. So anybody who looks at my stuff, they're like, "Oh, you're received really well on YouTube." I'm like, delete, 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 delete.
I would not expect that because you actually like. Is it? Is it the horror games? Well, yeah, because that's what I've seen on you
Mm,
thing. So what are they like? Your
they,
decisions that you chose or your reactions? Like what the fuck could they? It's
it's
a scary
anything.
game. Like the
It's anything. Like the most recent one, I posted a video because I was on I made a clip of me. It's an old clip where I was on Mass Effect and I was like, why would I want to date a human when I'm in
oh
space? I
yeah,
want to try something different. Like that clip.
your
There was a
infamous
guy that
clip, your new
commented.
infamous clip.
Yeah. A guy commented like, this is a really cringe way to get male attention by being vulgar. And I'm like, I'm
Bitch, it
always
wasn't
kind of
for
vulgar.
you.
What?
It
And so
wasn't.
it's like, I'm so into women, it's ridiculous. It's like I do things for the attention of bad bitches. Like that's it. I'm trying to get the ladies to chuckle, like, go, haha, you're so funny. And then they just hang around. Like that's literally it. I came for their attention.
I get it.
Like
Look,
I
you
love
know
when a
we
pretty girl
understand.
comments on my stuff and goes, haha, you're so funny. Yeah, exactly. I live for that attention. That pretty girl's like, oh my god, you're so funny. I'm like, am I? Tell me. Let's talk about it. Like that's what I
I
want.
was
So I'm just
like,
staring like,
because I know Kage watches these episodes and I know he's right now about to say it. I already know what you're gonna say. I get in trouble all the time because if a girl talks to me and she gives me a compliment, it could be the exact same thing he's told me a million times and I've cried about. If somebody else, if a woman tells me, I'm gonna be like, really? I turn into fucking
right?
Debbie Ryan. Just,
Like it's like it hits so different.
and I'm like, it's
Like
not even the.
that's
It's. I was like, I love you, but let you know if this
mm,
relationship doesn't work out, I'm I'm gonna just be gay, and that's fine. I'm fine. I've come to terms with it. My family one day
mhm,
will. I don't give a fuck about them. I'll be happy. But I was like, I love the fuck out of you. That's how I know I love you.
same.
Because, you've seen Rihanna. You've seen the women. You've seen women's. Women's be women. And then there's, and I could be women and with women. Women lately.
I tell Truth the same thing. I was like, I'm used to dating women. I love women. I was like, that's how you know I love you. Because he'll be listening to me talk. He's like, Dad, you really do not like dudes for real. The way you be talking sometimes. I'm like,
We went
I
somewhere and
understand.
like we were ordering food and I just kept talking to
Mm.
the lady and they just kept giving us free shit. And he was just like, what the fuck happened? And I'm like, did you not want this? I can get her to get her something else. You wanted to comp it? And you just looking at me and I'm like, because I'll talk to the
You
bitch. You want
can't
me to
help
talk to
it.
her? I ain't gonna take her home. Just you want the cheese dip? I can get you the cheese dip. You want I know you can't have sushi. You want this? You want vodka? You want to do shots with me? We can get some shots over here. He's like,
Like, I can
no.
make it happen.
Right? He's just looking at me like, I'm tired of you. And I'm like, okay. You're not fucking with these crab cakes. Okay. All right. It's just trying to help you out, you know. I ain't want none of this shit, personally.
So I got hope behind hope. When I start uploading, it'll balance out. And I get some ladies in there that don't be on my stuff saying like the wildest shit to me. Like,
The
one of them
craziest
I let
place,
slide.
the craziest place I've ever gotten like a reaction to like my content of all places was Tumblr.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What happened on Tumblr?
Oh my god. Like the things that I like, the random you know how like sometimes you do something but like, yeah, I look like a bad bitch, I'm gonna post that and I hope somebody does compliment me. It'd be like me just regular clothes chilling, those were being like, yeah, look at those motherfucking massive yams, and it's like, I was showing
that's violent.
a drone. I was showing a drone.
That's kind of violent.
Baggy clothes, like I was outside. There was nothing. It was nothing like no arching, no nothing. Clothes was loose as shit. I think I was wearing my boyfriend at the time's clothes. I was like, then somebody told me, I think something I said, I think it was whatever it was, something was named Dream. It was either a product or something I drew or something. And somebody said, don't forget, oh, be careful, the last man that had a dream got shot. That's what, and I was just like, I'm not posting on Tumblr no more.
I don't blame you. Oh my
TikTok,
God.
my gaming content, I get no comments. And I love it. Like, my shit is like empty. But then when I help Daryl with his shit, because I'll be like, oh, Daryl, you should post this one. I don't remember what game it was. One of the games he posted, motherfuckers was coming for his neck. And I was like,
what? For what?
I was like, is this what happens when your gaming content is actually like good? I think it's still up. It was one where it's like a tower and stairs, and I think it like saws, and he's jumping.
I know
motherfuckers was going
exactly
ape shit on his shit, and I was just like,
he was bad at it.
Yeah, you waste of money and this, and like I was just like, motherfuckers are really bold on the. I was like, on the internet. I was like, do you know how quickly the old me could have found you? Why would you be so bold? I was just looking, and I'm just like, bitch, where's your content? I don't see shit.
I think the worst. I think like the most stress when I had, and I was one of those days. Like, looking back at it, it's like I still kind of do it, but I won't do that again. Somebody, I got a shout out of like Black women gamers you should check out by Rock. No, it wasn't Rock. I forget who.
Dip,
but I know who. Dip. Yes, I get they two usernames mixed up every time, but I'll be picturing the right face. Dip did it
because Rock has had so many names.
And I'm looking at it, I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And a little bit after, I get a comment on my stuff. I forget what clip it was, and they were saying like, yawn, wake me up when she plays a real game or something to that effect. So I followed they comment back to the thread where they showed me on the channel, and they were like, do any of these people actually play real games like COD and da-da-da? And Dip was being there saying like,
motherfucker mad that he didn't get chosen because he's not a bad bitch.
Yeah, there was like, some of them do this and that. So I figured this person must have went to every channel. So me, being me, whenever you say something like that, I had time. I went to every profile of his, and I said, I have more YouTube subscribers than you do, and I haven't posted in years, and you post every day. Don't toy with me. I was like, your highest platform is Instagram, which is follow for follow. Do not toy with me. It's like, if you spend, and then his Twitch is like positive vibes only, and I'm like, you positive vibes only, but you're mad because somebody thought my content was cool. And I went through every clip he had on Twitch, and I was like, and you're bad at Apex. All your clips are bad. And I was like, I had time that day.
I feel it.
It was like, I'm not gonna do that again. But I do that now still, but I don't.
But you don't address it.
Like
real G's moving silent like lasagna.
exactly. Whenever somebody says so wild to me, I'm like, let me check your Carfax. Oh,
I,
interesting.
I like that at this point in my streaming career, my mods do
Mm.
it for me, or VIP will immediately come back with the Carfax. Like, I know when certain people hit certain emotes, I'm like, oh god, they're going to your page right now. And then when they come back and they be like, check your Discord, and I'm like, oh god. The day somebody Discord messaged me with somebody's IP address to say, just start reciting this, I'm like, no.
They were like, listen, let
Because
them know.
I don't remember what
Let
I
them
was
know.
playing, but I was trying something new, and I was like, I don't really. You're not coming to my channel for the gameplay, but fuck it, like there will be days where I'll try. And I don't
Yeah.
remember what I was playing. I don't know if it was Call of Duty or it was Ark. It was something that other people play all the time. Like it's got a good
Yeah.
community to it.
Yeah.
Motherfucker just came in my shit and was just, oh, you're trash. Oh, you should 1v1 me. Oh, this and this, and I'm like, oh, that we don't act out to get what we want here. Sorry. And
Mm-hmm.
I, kept it moving. Oh, you're trash. Oh, and then I guess they went to like my Instagram and were like talking about things, and they were like, oh, who's Daquan? And I was like, oh, you just hit a flag. And I was like, yeah. And so 3 mods went, and then before he could say anything else, ban blocked. They had a note in the Discord. I went to other people's channel that I modded for. That motherfucker was banned already, and I was like,
Mm.
you know, okay, all right, watch. Okay. I forgot to silence that. Just gonna
Oh,
check you.
no, you good. I just got
I'm
mine today,
thinking,
so I don't know how to silence
yeah.
it.
Is that wait? Which one?
My sister got me a Apple Watch. It's a second
Yeah.
generation SE.
Ooh, special
'Cause
edition.
she's like, yeah, because I had this watch. It's just a watch I got off Amazon. It was doing good because all I needed was a fitness tracker anyway. But it kept saying, like, because y'all remember I came back into town a while ago and I went to a
Mhm.
different time zone. And
It
it's
won't
synced up to
fix.
the new time zone.
Oh,
It won't. It says it's not attached to my phone, but also it gets all the notifications from my phone. So it won't switch the time, and I can only change the time on my phone. So I'm just stuck in a different time zone, and it's been fucking me up ever since I came home. Like I wake up an hour early, panicking, like, oh, I'm late. I woke my sister up for work thinking she was late, and she's like, it's
that's why she
7:30.
bought
I'm
you the
like,
watch.
yeah.
She
She
said, "Don't
literally
do
did
that
it the
shit no
day after
more."
I woke her
She's
up.
like, "Don't do that
After
shit
I
no
woke
more."
the day after I woke her up, she's like, we're gonna get you a watch. So go pick one out and we're gonna go. I was like, I can't afford a watch. This is like $230. She's like, you're not affording it. I'm gonna afford it. Just we're gonna go get it. And I'm like, oh.
Sorry. Um, so you said you do art, and I've seen your art, but like,
Mhm.
why you don't like post your art other than your bully art?
It's it's weird to say I'm more self-conscious of my art now than I was when I was like first doing it. I know it's so weird because I'm so much better at it now. But when I was bad at it, I was like, "Oh, I'm the best artist in the world. You can't touch me. I'm Van Gogh. I'm great." And
You
then
had you
like
had
I got
that
older.
confident arrogance, and then you realized
Yes.
you were humbled.
I was humbled. I was absolutely humbled. Like I think once when I first started doing it, I wasn't doing it for money, not a lot of money. I didn't realize till I got
For
older, like when
money.
it transferred, I was spending like 3+ hours on a piece and getting paid like maybe 5 to 7 cents. And I was like, with the
Yeah.
way conversions are. Then
Yeah.
I learned the value of my work. So I started trying to charge. I didn't even charge a lot. I charged like maybe $5, which is still bad for how much I was doing. Then I got up and up and up. And I think a lot of the issues came because I started doing art, well, portraits specifically because I was on IMVU. And I
Yeah.
would want people to do my character. Yes. But there were people who were like way more boldly racist about it back then. They would say, I don't do black people. I don't do dark skin.
Or they do
Like,
it like extra. You'd be like, why do I look like that?
oh, they
My
wouldn't
bitch
even
was.
take my money.
I
They
had
they would not.
somebody do a sketch of mine, and
Mm,
they made me look like a short chocolate trollop. Like I look like a golem, and I was just
I'd have
like,
been sick.
and I think it was with like the IMB currency back then because I had found a way to
The
like actually send it.
credits.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
was pissy. Then my friend took their money. It was weird how my friend got my money back, but she got my money back.
That was good.
I think she finessed it. I'm proud of her.
Mm.
Bad bitch.
Yeah, they would just like full on not take my money. They would just say, I don't do dark skin. I don't do black people. And I'm just like, oh. And I didn't have the knowledge to know that that was fucked up. So I was just like, oh, okay. I guess it's just hard. So I started doing it. And when I started doing it, other black people who couldn't get their stuff done was like, well, can you do one for me? Can you do one for me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then eventually people started paying me for it. But the problem came, I moved to this larger group that does art. And, you know, it was like kind of
Amongst
big fish of a
artists.
pond. It's
yeah.
So it worked out well for me because not a lot of people still would do dark skin, and if they did it, they didn't do it well. So, you know, it's like, oh, if you want black art, you have like 3 choices, right? So it worked for me. But the problem was I started making I stopped doing commissions, and you can make pre-mades. So I would just draw something pretty, and I'm like, hey, if you want this picture, send me $15, you can have it. And I would get so many DMs from people saying, I like this, but can you make it white? And I'm like, no. Like,
no.
And it was just really discouraging after a certain point, and I was just like burnt out, and I was like, but I really want to get back into it because I think it is like, for me, you know, AZ Barbie on the artist Asia. Yeah. She was my inspiration for that because I followed her on Tumblr. She would draw black anime characters, and she would get like so much hate. She would get so many hate comments. She'd still be like, I'm gonna do it because I like this and da da da. And that helped put me through college because like I was taking commissions, I was getting all that hate stuff, and I'm like, if she could do it, I could do it. She actually, like, I used all that to pay through college.
I never realized I knew her from Tumblr days until I found my old Tumblr. Like I found something I liked, and I saw all this stuff like from my original page, and I was cracking up because I was like, I've seen so many people I've known before, people from Vine and TikTok, and I'm like, I wonder if I can be a dick and be like, hey, we used to be friends on Tumblr. Like, remember this name? That's me. That's me.
Like, I actually bought stuff from her. Like, let's say that Black Sailor Moon she did with the purple hair. I bought pins of it from her. I kept the little handwritten note she had in there because I was just like, she inspired me so much. Because it's like, it was hard. Like,
I can believe
just
that.
like doing black art in spaces where black art was not appreciated. It was just very, very difficult. And I ended up actually leaving that group because it just got really racist in there. Like,
it's getting a little dark in here.
Yeah, because there was only like about, as far as like artists that were like bigger in the space, there was maybe about 2 or 3 black ones, and then like maybe even less white ones that would call it out. And I remember somebody was saying like the hard ER in there, and they were like, well, in my country, it's not a big deal because I'm Irish. And well, I don't think they were Irish. They were saying like, you know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then later when the group addressed it, they were like, there's a lot of drama. And I think like we should just stop focusing on the drama and start focusing on the art. So I was like, so you're telling me to ignore racism and keep doing art. Okay, I'm just going to go.
Hit the old dusty trail.
Yeah.
Well, did you do Second Life?
I wanted to, but I could not figure it out for the life of me. I tried so hard because
I was
thought
like, if you did
IMVU,
I feel like that was the natural progression of everybody. It was like Club Penguin, IMVU, what was that other one? I just seen it on a TikTok and I almost started crying because it was like Mies.
Me 6 is, I think that's what. No, it wasn't Me 6.
No,
it wasn't Me 6.
Me
Those
6
little,
is
the
about
little characters that were like,
MEEZ.
yeah,
and then
yeah,
like,
the little bitty characters.
We were going through all the little like old school chat thingies, and then I was like, and then everybody ended up at Second Life, and then you saw some shit you weren't supposed to see in Second Life, and then you stayed for a little longer, and then you progressed on to like, you know, Moco Space or something. You made those friends and y'all went to Moco Space or all the damn sites.
Right.
Because Meet Me for me was my first catfish time experience. It was beautiful.
Wait, you got
because
catfish
for me, Meet Me was originally, I think, before they got bought, there were another website, and I was on that website, and the one that they bought, they transferred us there, and then it turned into like a dating social meetup. Like, it was weird. And then they changed it again, and then I was already off of it by then. But then like they reactivated my account again, and I got the email, and I'm like, I ain't coming back.
Like, no, I think I'm good.
But no,
I
there
was
was
only on
this
Second
person
Life like 2 days. No, go ahead.
But you have to try it. You got to get out the original marketplace. I promise.
I saw the wild stuff though. I did. I was walking
That's
around
the
and I
best
walked into a
part.
club and I was like, "Oh, y'all different on this site."
And God forbid you go and like, well, in the olden days when people actually played it like a lot. Like people used to have actual real jobs in there. Like you'd be a DJ and you would actually make money. You can either make real life money or you can make Second Life currency. I used to be a DJ at a club. I used to be one of the like I was a moderator for this one person's world because people kept trying to like if you own a world you can have your own house. Like some people do it like, oh, my house is here, I'll use the land here and do shit over here. No scam. No scam likely right now. Thank you. And it knocks my headphones off. I can't hear shit. Ugh. Damn. Back when cell phones only did 2 things. Can you go back so I can hear Cebeis, please? Thank you.
Right after you did. I got the same call.
Look, I was like, you want to compare numbers? No, I know exactly. Fucking, do you have United Healthcare? Do you have the Plan B? No, I am literally in my almost 30s. I do not have the old people health insurance. I wish. Motherfuckers paying $2 for goddamn fake teeth.
They've been hitting truth with them calls too. He's like, I'm not that old. Even sick about it.
I'm like, and then like you try and be like, hey, can you get me off the mailing list? They'll keep asking their script, and then I tell one guy's like, sir, you're not listening to me, and he hung up on my face, and I was like, bitch, next time you call me, it's personal. It's fucking personal.
Like,
I got so much shit to say to you, and I was like, and then you made me take a break between drinking my salted caramel mocha. Bitch, is personal. I'm like, because I didn't look, and I just hello. No. But no, Second Life was great. I had a bunch of jobs. I was a moderator for a server. I used to be the tester for one person. She would make like back when Lady Gaga was doing House of Gaga. There were so many worlds that were her themed, and I was a moderator for a whole bunch of them. So I just had like a whole. You would just see a black girl walking around in all like the stuff that she was wearing in concerts and the furry boots that would leave rainbows and shit. And I would try on all the clothes and yeah. And then when my friends would start joining the game, I'd be like, all right, we got to get you the free stuff. You got to get you the real skins, the real bodies. Boop, boop, boop. Come on. Walk with me. Talk with me. Don't go over there because that guy will try and fuck you. Come on. Keep walking. Come on. Don't look at Frank. Hey, Frank. Don't look at him. Come on. Nah, she's new. Don't she? No, she doesn't want to meet you, Frank.
I've only been catfished once, funny enough, dealing with sites like that, but I have been a catfish. It was great.
Did you have a good experience? Were you white?
I did. I was white. I was a white man named Alex, and I was also a furry. So, like, no.
Somebody is in love with Alex right now and is thinking about him to this day.
I hope not. Like, because
somebody is still like thinking about you for good.
I did because, like, okay, I like to play games. But I'm very sensitive. I've always have been. And I was more sensitive then. And I didn't want anybody to be mean to me and say like weird stuff like go back to the kitchen or call me like a monkey or something on the internet.
I just said to the kitchen one. I'm happy about that.
I didn't either. Like I would never get that. And I was like, I don't want to because it's gonna hurt my feelings. So I pretended to be a guy named Alex. And I had a friend named Kyle. It was a white guy, he was a furry. I would steal his selfies and I would say that was me and just say my mic didn't work. And nobody cared. They just let me game with them.
No one cared that you were a furry. That's what's getting me. I was like, why did the furry need to be the tidbit that you had?
They did. Because I felt like...
You don't want to get made fun of for being black and a woman. You would be a white man. A white man that...
It's also furry.
The furry part is killing me. Because I would be like, if somebody came for me for my furry habits, even if it's not real, I would be hurt. You're like, no, that's fine. You can fuck with me about furs, but don't come for my black womanism.
I feel like it worked for me though, because like no one was like really curious about Alex that much. Like why aren't you never on the mic? Why don't you turn on the cam? Because they were just like, I don't want to fucking see you in a fursuit. Like they would literally just say that shit. It's like, what, are you gonna turn on the webcam and be in a fucking fursuit? It's like, I'm not trying to see that shit. And I'm like, all right, cool. So it worked out.
Have a whole mask just in case somebody ever fucks with you. Be like,
Yeah. Right. I just like nobody wanted me to be on camera on mic that much because they just thought I was really weird because of like my friend had like it was like a hat and it had a fox head on the thing and then the the long tails and they were paws
yeah.
and he had the paws and he was doing like this with it.
Did we
and
all have the same friend?
Did we?
Wait, what? Oh my god, what was this? So that friend, he's on Twitch too, and every once in a while I go see him. Like I go to his streams. Oh my god, his name was Alec, and the funny thing is his name was Alejandro.
Tee.
And he had a fox and this, and all the pictures I had with me and him would be like him doing this, and then me going. And it's like generation, just literally every year we have a picture together, and it's just him in the new hat. And then I remember one day he had like a rave outfit, and he came to school, and I was just like, friend, it's very hard to say that you're normal when you do shit like this in front of the block. I can't keep distracting. They know you're weird.
Can't defend you.
They know you're weird, and that's fine. But pink fishnets, bad bitch, and sir.
Like, sir, listen.
Then we had one. He had like it was a black boy, but he did like the straight hair, like he permed his shit every fucking week, and he would do the fingerless gloves, and they would do this shit, and then I would be like the person just sitting along, and it'd be like you just see one nigga, like a regular ass nigga, eating hot Cheetos with rave kids, the emo kids, band kids, and I'm just like in all the misfits, and you just see me, and I'm like, technically I'm normal here. They don't know. You can't visually see me and be like, weirdo. Like associated with weirdos. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to balance them out.
I feel like I always like stir that weird line between alternative because I like alternative music, I like alternative fashion, so it's like I would always hang out with people with similar interests. But you see, like with me, it's just like mostly like dark clothes type of vibe with me. It's like it could be alternative, but it's very light. And I used to find it so weird when people come up to me like, I like the way you do goth. I like your goth. I'm like,
you're
I'm
soft
not
goth? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the soft goth look. I'm fucking with those crap bits, yes.
Because like I used to hang out with two people. One was a gothic Lolita. I loved her outfits.
Oh, I miss Lolita.
So beautiful, stunning. And then my other friend, he was just like
2000s Lolita was
classic
a
goth.
Time.
It was, and she used to
her
outfits, and she was.
I forgot about that.
She was
Thank you.
Stunning. No problem.
Not me over here thinking like, can
stunning.
I do that as an adult? No.
You can. I don't want to put that effort in though. Like
again, the white and the black and the little bit of red and I can see somebody being like, "What are you going to Vans Warped Tour?" And then I'm cry.
I think the creepiest one, because she had to put on like all those skirts and stuff to make like the petticoats. That's what yes. And I remember one time we were on the train and somebody was just fondling her petticoat. She noticed, but we didn't notice because we're just like somewhere and somebody's just like touching it, just like
that's me.
With their fingers. Like
I would be that person on accident. I'd be so distracted, be like, "Oh, petticoats," and then I just see myself. Don't make it weird.
She's just looking like
my hands are clean. Like my hands are clean, and if not a shea butter, you'll be fine. What is this, velvet? It's nice.
It's like this is lovely. They were just sitting there and we didn't notice, and she's just looking. We're like, and then I guess they noticed 3 people were looking. They were like, "I'm so sorry."
I feel like it would, because you don't see that. Nobody has, other than tutus, you don't see a petticoat, and you have to go out and find a petticoat. That ain't some shit you seen at Walmart. I side with the weirdo.
You were like, it was fascination.
I know me, because I could just see me right now. Just don't look at me. Don't make it awkward. When I was in high school, well, no, like that transition of like 9th grade shit, I wanted to be seen so bad. I wanted to be like, and then I would used to be good at quick weaves, and I would literally do it to where my bang is like over my whole fucking face, but it would be like feathered to where it's just like Yeah, yeah. And then I would do it to where like if I'm around black people, I could put it in a ponytail. So it literally like the classic. Everybody had that one girl with a hard bang ponytail, but they like curl similar. But now mine's is loose because I used quick weave, so it's like real quick pack hair. But it worked because it moved though.
That's nice.
But then what killed me was I remember one day I made a wig with so many layers and so much. When I put it on because it was so heavy, it would just it would move because it was heavy and it was like, and because I would always because that was this shit right here that Troy Bolton ass that I needed somebody to love shit. I was like the queen of that shit at home, but then when I would go to school, for some reason the wig don't want to act right. We practiced at home. Now tracks want to come unloose and now my closure. Now people are like, oh, you should have fixed your closure. It's okay. I have a different wig in my locker. It's fine. I was always prepared. My locker was literally a convenience store. I had snacks, food,
smart,
random shit like pads. Pretty much, if you had the key to if you had the code to my locker, just go in there and replenish it. I used to be like, if I brought food, I'd be like, all right, lunch is in there, grab it. And then I found out my friends had a tip jar, but I never went in my own locker. So at the end of the year, when I emptied my locker out, I found this tip jar full of money. It had $115 in it. I had the same locker since freshman year. Somebody could have stole that money and I would have never known.
That shows that you had real people with you because they didn't take nothing out that jar. They was like, hey, this is
my friend one time told me, she was like, hey, I borrowed some money, and I'm like, from who?
Whole time you don't even know the jar is there.
And then I think my ex he wasn't an ex. I had a stalker in high school. But he thought we were together, and because he was crazy, I just let him believe that. It made my life a lot easier. Honestly. He would go to my locker for me all the time, so I also think that he started the tip jar now thinking about it because he was also a drug dealer. But he was a bad drug dealer. He was in anger management, and the way that they do it in the South, anger management is also in the special needs classroom because that's a special need. And so he was in the carpet class, as my friend would say. And they got when you have the class changes, they don't change classes, but they get to go out in the hallway with the regular kids, as they say. And so that's how he would come to my locker almost every class transition, even though I wasn't there. And he would make sure no niggas is over there.
That is terrifying. I'm glad you got out away from him.
My actual ex, who was like that first love, your first high school love. These two niggas beefed because one's my actual ex and one is not my boyfriend. You're not my boyfriend. He was my panini. So one day I was trying to get to my brother. My brother was taking me home or something, and stalker man grabs me and is trying to talk to me. And he's like yanking me. My ex comes from the shadows because he also was a stalker. I didn't know that until like years later though. This man comes out the shadows and goes, "Hey yo!" And he literally just walks in front of him, does this, and he's like, go in your brother's car. And then I don't know what happened, but both of them were not at school and they both got suspended. But ever since that day, I was like, what is about me about stalkers? Like, why you can't just talk to me?
I feel that.
Then again, I am weird. I wouldn't want to say that I like me, though. I wouldn't stalk me. I'd be like, you gonna be my secret love from afar, girl.
I've had stalkers before too, and I'd be so confused. I'm like,
did I smile
I don't know what it is. Right? It's like I don't know what it is with it either, because it's like what I've kind of like guessed a little bit is it's like I make people feel real comfortable sometimes to be themselves in very authentic ways, and they take that as like, you know what? I think we just got a connection. Hey,
you want to love me? You want to love me.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I have commitment issues. Like, I didn't mean it. So now I'm flaking and you're like, how dare you lure me in and then drop me?
I wonder if that's a Libra thing. Because there's certain people, I'd be like, there's certain times where I'm like, I make friendships and I'm like, I want what everybody else does, a platonic friendship. I am not trying to be best friends. I am not trying to be close. I just want to be like, hey, how you doing? maybe if we're in the same city and we're in the same block and you just catch eyes, I'll be like, hey, let's go get something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And people take my little olive branch and say, I'm about to make olive oil out this shit. I'm juicing the fuck out this shit. Me and you want to get matching tattoos? And I'm like, oh, no, no. Sweetie, we could have phased
Like,
off friendship. Like, dude, you go your way, I go mine. We're fine. Like,
yeah, like we don't have to do all of this.
I was just here for the yams. I did not come here to eat more. Your mom's, oh, this is your mom's secret recipe. Keep it to yourself. I just wanted something. I feel like a nigga with friendships. I just wanted a little, put my dick in a little bit. Just tip.
Yeah. Just I go. That's how they be making me feel. They be making me feel like a scumbag dude. Like when people be popping off of me for stuff like that, I'm like, did
I
I
don't
lead
even.
you on?
You know what the funniest shit is? I don't ever get the pop offs. People pop off to people around me, and then I'm just like, friend and Roman.
Out.
Friend.
And you like, what's happening?
Friend, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about me. I don't care. I see why you didn't tell me, but I was like telling them they ain't going nowhere. They love me, and I love them. We're for lifers. We're locked in. Like I've had somebody get mad. On streaming because I also I was gonna ask you this because you have a bigger following than I do, so you might have this happen. But I've had people like join my community from like a raid or something, like somebody else's community, and they came in thinking that they were going to get the same exact experience as like let's say Darrow. And I'm like, no.
Yes.
No.
All the
me
time.
and this nigga right here, we got this shit back in blood. Like I was like, I know y'all don't. I was like, you've seen me and Daryl like when we hang out without people. Like people don't see that, so I get why you would look at me and Daryl and be like, I could do this. Pop up to 2 streams and say pew pew. I can do this. This is my calling. Whereas I'm like, motherfucker, I've talked to this nigga for a solid 12 hours straight before. About nothing. There was nothing deep. There was no panic. We both got food. This nigga went to McDonald's because In-N-Out was closed for some reason. I went to Raising Cane's. We both sit up there in the drive-thru for 2 hours. No. But I've had people come to the community and they're just like, I had to learn the hard way about like setting boundaries with your community because I'm still learning to this day. But I have a horrible habit of when people like get mad at me about like, well, why can't I? I don't have the capacity for more friends. But that makes you an asshole. But I'm like,
it does.
I don't, because in the nicest way I'd be saying it, I was like, I ain't got no more dick for nobody. I ain't got no more dick. I'm all inched out. Everybody done took a little inch. Ain't no more dick. And I don't know why I always wake up. Ain't no more.
So you gotta let it.
I gotta. You know, the Louisiana me be wanting to swing that thing. That's all I got. And each inch got a name. You can't see the names because I'm dark skinned, but like I like to think that if I was a man, my dang like be dark, but you know, you can't see it.
Yeah.
It ain't purple.
Oh,
and, like, it ain't even, it's just dark.
People do that all the time. Like they don't realize like I've been like streaming because like I only started like getting big on TikTok like last year. So a lot of people like from TikTok are migrating over to Twitch. A lot of people like a lot of big streamers been shouting me out. So a lot of their community members come over there and they'll see like how I'm like cracking and joking with my friends. Emphasis on my friends. And then they'll try to crack on my friends how I do. And they'd be shocked when I say, you can't talk to my friend like that. I can talk to my friend like that because I know the limits. Like, even like when I joke with people or mess with people, it's like that's how people be messing me like, oh, you pick on people all the time. I was like, I know their limits. Friends. And if I cross their limits, I can apologize and never do it again. I was like, you don't know that. So you can't do that the way I do that because you're going to cross a line. And I'm going to call you out on it. I'm not going to defend you because that's my friend.
I just get it.
I gotta get better with boundaries though too. So
it's hard because it's like there are times where like, let's say I'm streaming with like somebody. Like, let's say we were streaming right now, and your community. I've been in. I said I was gonna tell you this on your episode. I've been in your community where like the people who are there every day, all day, every day at 2:00 are like nudging me out, and I'm like, bitch, okay,
Right.
I'm trying to be your best friend and that. I just wanted to say, can I call him Cebeis and Subaru? Like, bitch, you don't know what the fuck we got going on over here. Shut your ass up.
I feel it's so weird sometimes when stuff like that happens. Like, I think I think they were saying like parasocial relationships. It's like because some people interact with you like on socials and things like that, they think that they're closer to you than they are, and then they'll react to people that you're like close to
Your actual
for real, wild. And it's like, y'all do know I fuck with them for real, right?
Somebody
like,
did something
we
that
talked.
I was playing something and somebody Tuck said something, but she said something that was personal, and we know. Somebody said something to Tux. I stopped stream so quick, and I said, "Look here, bitch." And I was like, "Oops, sorry." I was like, "Let me tell you something. That's my little sister. That's my bitch." I was like, 2 people in this chat right now could say some shit about her because they got their personal cell phone number. If you ain't got that bitch's cell phone number, you can apologize if you hurt her feelings. Don't talk to her. And if you got something negative to say, just know I'm coming for you. And I was like, for certain people, I am not gonna hold bars. I have couth, but for that bitch right there, that's the most like, uncouth motherfucker. I will pull my dick out on the stream right now and be like, look here, I'll talk to the mic. All right now. Don't talk about my friend. Only I can talk because I think we had did an Apex tournament. And she is not the best punctual person. Yeah. I said that in a nice way. I'm going to say it. I said it on her episode too, but that bitch is bad with time. She was late and it started. So I was stalling as only I can. I was doing a whole comedy hour. I had an outfit. Right. I had a red wig on. I had my titties out. I was like, so anyway, guys, hit you go around. And I was single too, so I could do that. I was like, anybody, would y'all like to hear a song from my piano accompaniment? I'm just talking. Everybody's like, where the fuck is your partner? And then people from the tournament was coming in and was saying shit. And I'm like, thankfully, Daryl and Yacinda were also like part of the people in charge of the competition. So they were just like, she's still ready. They kept it moving. And you getting your ass whooped. And I'm like, then somebody was like, oh, just like a black person, not on time. And I don't know why I snapped the way I did. But I had to take the VOD off because I snapped so hard. We literally did highlights for what happened after stream because we did like a pajama party. And then I got a couple clips of me stalling. That VOD will never... I think I don't even have that VOD anymore because I probably went into that man's life. I was like, I know there ain't a bitch that got 2 followers talking to me. Shut your ass up. And then I realized you can't say that. That's not nice.
Nah. See, that'd be the thing with me with like the boundaries thing. It's like it's hard for me to do because it's like in real life, I don't set boundaries softly, if that makes sense.
They're hard. They're very visible.
Like, yeah. Yeah. Like I will be on some, hey, shut the fuck up talking to me, like on, in real life.
I understand.
But I've tried not
be
to
soft.
do that.
You try to be soft on stream.
Yeah. I'm trying to be soft. It was like, I'm safe here. I'm trying to, be a new me, So like when something happened that make me upset, I gotta like sit and pause and I gotta like
breathe.
How do I say this without
that
like,
be right back screens
just being on some, shut the fuck up. Yeah. I need to know that's a good idea. I'm gonna start hitting that like be right back real quick and think about it. Because I think like one of the ones that happened was I love my friend because this is one of my friends' community members. So she might go remember. She gotta recognize this person. I guarantee it. I'm sorry, friend, but one of her community members came into my stream, and I think I had a tank top on that day. And, I got biddies, and they had made a comment about they want to. Yeah, yeah. They be acting like they invisible. That be blowing me. I was like, I know.
On the bra.
Got a comment on.
I just be pushing them in sometimes before stream so that way I can get my shit together.
I used to have a minimizer, but it didn't work for me. So it's like,
fuck Lane Bryant. That shit is a lie. That shit's a lie.
It is.
That shit, they don't say it, but if you read the caption, it says best for size D. That's the highest it's supposed to go. Yeah.
I didn't
They don't
know
say
that.
Me and my friend, she has a credit card there. And I sat there and I tried on, and I'm like, well, why are they working? And then I read the sign, and I was like, you pussy ass bitches. Lane Bryant, count your motherfucking days, unless you're going to sponsor a bitch. But count your motherfucking days. Tori too, because Tori has the audacity to have a fucking minimizer and a G, but it only goes up to band 36. Who?
Ain't nobody doing that.
Who got a 36 but he on Tori? Well, no, there's some bitches that's in Tori. They got asses. Goddamn curvy bitches.
Right. I be hating. I ain't gonna hold you. I be hating.
I hate when they have a sale and it be like the band size right before mine's is the one that's on sale. And I'm like, I can squeeze into that. Look, I can get a little extender.
Right. It's
before Savage Finney really got like size inclusive, I was like, I could put 2 extenders on that bitch. Give me this lime green unit real quick.
I can't even fuck with them size exclusive. They stopped right before me.
Yeah. I was just gonna squeeze into the band. I was just letting like it's fine. I wanna be lime green. I wanna be cute. I wanna look at the bitch in the Cisco video from Thong to Thong. And I think she had before she had the onesie, everything was like right before my sister was like, it'd be like no 20s. I'm like, you a hoe. Rihanna, I love you, but you just then Giddy came out and then I was like, oh, a size inclusive brand. They're like, yeah, that has no support.
It don't.
So like, you know how Lane Bryant, I don't know if you ever wear their active, I'm wearing an active brand right now, but their active brand is all low impact or mid impact. There is no high impact. That's all low impact. And then one of them, like this one lady on TikTok, she was like, I got you, big girls. Don't worry. I was like, I got this for us. All the big titty girls. I was like, she's like G cups, H's, I's and J's. I got you. So she was like shaking it and she goes, oh, no, don't do it. And then she did like a, you know how like you can spin your titties?
Like the little windmill?
She did it and I swear to God, I heard a titty pop. It sounded like a joint pop. That's how much support there isn't. So maybe now they do, but this was like the first 2 seasons of it. I'm so scared. My mom bought like the leggings and shit. I'm like, buy the fucking bra. But then my mom ain't got titties, so.
Oh, so you feel like.
I'd be looking at it too. I'd be like, you bitch, you lucky ass wearing fucking bras from anywhere. Anywhere. Yeah. I was like, you can go to Walmart and just grab a bra. Let's be nice. Trying to see what that's here for.
But it blew me because he's so I want to be CB's shirt, and I was like, no. And then he went I said the person's name, and I said no, and then they said Cebeis, yes, and like the part of me wanted to be like, hey, stop fucking doing this weird shit in my shit, you know. But it's like, this is a friend's friend. Don't pop off. They don't know you, so they don't know. You don't honor that shit. This person
gonna see this, but I'm just letting you know because I didn't already told you in my shit. But since you don't listen, there's somebody who be coming in my chat, and I make sure you can come to my chat and know who I'm dating. You can know who I'm dating. I'm very gay for that nigga. I love that nigga. And I talk differently. I baby voice for that nigga. That's how I know I like that nigga. I hate that about me. You hear me talking to my nigga and you hear him talking to me and we could be playing a video game together and you come into my chat and you talking to me like you gonna take me out on a date. In what world? And I was like, we even had a beautiful discussion because I brought it up organically because I was trying to be finessing it. I was like, personally, polygamy ain't for me. I know some people can. I was like, the only polygamy relationship I could be in is if Kage lets me have Vince Staples. And he said no. I already asked. And I was like, and the only one up for women is if Rihanna and Megan decide that they need a pet and they just want a chubby bitch to fucking feed. And I will be whatever they want. They could tell me they into some weird shit. I will try it. To be wedged like between them both.
Open.
Very open for them. I don't know why all my hard no's turned into yeses so quickly. And I hate that for me. I'm like, I'm no better than a man. Like, Jesus. I was like, or if, my Disney crush, Elissa Rowland, who played Kelsey from High School Musical, it's a bad bitch. If y'all go look, she just had a baby too. y'all look at her fucking Instagram and you'll see why I'm saying that. That's a bad bitch.
I'm about to look.
And then between her and the bitch that played fucking Taylor McKessie, if those two want to fucking fuck me, I don't mind. I'm not helpful in this situation, but I'm just saying. Period. You know, but if Vince Staples, if you could talk to cock, you know, you ain't gotta marry me, you know. Just hold my hand and tell me I'm pretty. And maybe say North in my ear. I don't know. It might work. I don't know. I'll be fine with like that's if you have a cameo, I might spend the bread just to hear you say I love you. I'm not gonna lie. That's for Peter. But no, but like people will push that boundary and then it's like I've seen other like streamers, like especially ones that are like married in relationships and they get away with like a soft oh thank you and then it's done. But I don't know why certain people it feels like they gotta press you. And I'm like, I don't really it's not a bad situation, but I feel like damn I gotta ban you for my peace. But I don't want to, because like when you're good, you're a decent person, but every once in a while,
yeah, you be acting
you're
up.
a piece of shit.
I had one, and I remember I ended stream early because I was so mad. But again, I'm trying not to be mad on stream.
It's hard not to
because
sometimes you got to.
Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. It's like sometimes I gotta let people know. It's like, hey, don't fuck with me. The dude was I had wore, and I remember I was so mad this day because it was the first time I wore a tank top on stream, and I was nervous about it because I got boobs, and I was like, I don't want people to be on there calling me no titty streamer being weird. But my air conditioner was broken. It was
It's
like
hot.
96 degrees. I was like about to faint, and I remember I was talking to my boyfriend. I'm like, I'm so hot, but I don't want to do this. He's like, just put on the fucking tank top. and you know what's funny?
Niggas be like, just do it.
Yeah. I put on a tank top, and I remember somebody snitched to him that I had a tank top on, which was wild. Like as if I wasn't allowed. And
you know your girl got her titties on the street.
Yes. And then this person in particular came in. I was playing Psychonauts. I'll never forget it. It's one of my favorite levels too. If Psychonauts is one of my favorite games. So I was so upset. And we were talking about something, and they just came in with like, oh yeah, I'm not good at flirting. I get really shy when pretty people flirt with me. Like if Cebeis flirted with me, I'd be real shy. And I was like, well, I don't flirt with people. So they were like, yeah, but like if you did and you did flirt with me, I would be so embarrassed. And I'm just like, well, I don't. So, and I won't. But they just kept going. And it's like, they're a cool person, but they just really weren't aware of that situation. It's like, I'm trying to derail this.
And I'm already feeling uncomfortable in my goddamn outfit, and you're making me feel very uncomfortable.
Extremely uncomfortable.
I wore a tube top one time, and I tried to get away with it because I had a cardigan. And one of my which is a V. I just realized that person's a VIP. One of the people came in, and they were like, with all the respect, he's like, I have you on my TV. It is going to be a good night. And that was all they said for the rest of the stream. And I just was like,
I like how we're both making the same face, like, what the fuck?
Because I was like, I want to take it at just core level nice, but I feel dirty.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was playing like a fucking dinosaur game, so I was like, oh yeah. That's literally, there's a whole clip of me talking with my boobs. And so it was just me, cause like, me too. I was trying to make myself feel better because I'm in the South. Like, it's hot. And my house doesn't have central air. So like, there's air conditioned units in almost every room, but the room I used to stream in, there was nothing except a fan. And leaving the door open. And my family is very loud and country and loud. So like,
yeah.
I'm just sitting up there, and this was during a time where I felt like I had to be like wearing a wig and stuff. So I was like dolled up, and I just remember being like, if you don't make a big deal about your titties, no one else will. 3 people made big deals about my titties. There was 2 people that clipped it, and then the person that said about the TV, and I'm just like, all right, baggy t-shirts again, and PJs, and I think after a while when I did have my hair out, I was wearing do-rags and stuff. I was like, I just don't want to be noticed. I'm fine. I'm good.
That's one of like the biggest like conflicts I have with like the way I would like to express myself visually, because like I would love to be the person that like in my best self, it's like I got my locks, I got like heavy makeup on, maybe I draw some stuff on my face, you know, maybe I got a couple facial tattoos. If I don't, I'm wearing like pasties and a fishnet top and stuff, because it's like I find all that stuff so interesting, but I hate being perceived like being like
A
people
sexual
commenting on my
creature.
appearance. Yeah,
I like
like
being
I don't
sexy
like
but
when people
not
come and say,
noticed. I like
mm-hmm.
being sexy
I
for
like,
me. Like,
mm-hmm.
my alternative Velma was for me. That was not for y'all. That was for me. Like, every time I think of something, I'm like, my goal, because I've seen other streamers do it. Like, people who,
Mm-hmm.
like, certain people twerk on stream, certain people be having, like, these outfits, and I'm just like, all I want, because I don't like clothes. I have a lot of ADHD, not autistic, but that spectrum shit that I don't like shit
Yeah.
touching me, especially hair. Like, this fucking strand's pissing me off. But, like, I want to wear, like, a nice bra, like a bralette, and maybe
Mm,
fishnet or sheer, or like a open cardigan and some shorts, and that's what I want to stream in.
absolutely
And
same.
maybe socks if I'm feeling socky.
Mm.
Maybe some fuzzy socks. And I love these headphones because they're perfect. I don't like in ear, but like being able to stream and always use my real voice, which is a low ass octave. Being able to like not be fit. I don't even eat the snacks I want to eat on stream. I've seen other streamers eat pickles, but I just don't. I don't like either the comments about pickles or the sexualization of pickles.
Mm.
I be mad. Or you eat hot Cheetos. Oh, you a hot Cheeto girl. You probably had a puffer jacket in high school. Why can't you eat? A bitch just trying to eat while she streams. Can I eat? Can I live? Like, damn. Or like the days between hairstyles. My shit ain't done. I just want to come with Afro puffs, and it's not, oh, Sister Soldier. No, I'm not Sister Soldier. I'm just between
Yes.
hairstyles. I'm not for the people right now. I'm just a bitch is detangling.
Like that's one of the things that stopped me from like, cause like I used to wear like all types of like old pictures of me. You'll see me with all types of rainbow hair. I was way more adventurous with outfits and stuff. But it's just like people commenting, like whenever you do something different,
They
people feel the
comment.
need to approach you and comment. Yes, like
Oh,
they'll
I
sit
like
there and
this
be
one. This is
like,
better than that last one you did. And it's like, I like
yes,
the green. I like the green wig bob cut. I like the one with the
or
underside
like,
rainbow. I was enjoying that.
mm-hmm. Or like people just say like weird stuff to me. Like I remember I had like I love blue hair on me. I think like
Blue
I
hair's
have a
nice.
blue wig that I've worn a few times. Yes, I love blue hair. And I remember I was walking out, I had a blue bob. I was feeling myself. I was like, eh. And yeah, this lady just came up. When she was coming in, I live in a complex. She was coming in the complex. I'm coming out, and she sees me in the hallway, and she's staring, and I'm like, what?
Hit you with the old.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
And
you
she's
think that
like,
shit cute?
now you, yeah, she's like, now you know we don't do that because we not Puerto Rican. I'm like, and I just stared at her, and she and just
Wow.
yeah, yeah, and I'm just staring at her, and she just said, but it look good on you though. I'm like, and then just walked away because it's like, because again, like I said, I don't do boundaries soft in real life. I'ma just mug you. Like you said some wild stuff, so now I'm finna mug you.
What did the Puerto Ricans do? That's what I want to know.
I like exactly. I was like, I don't.
Think about that.
Right. It's like, what does that mean? It's about, we don't do hair like that. We not Puerto Rican. Like, what are you talking about right now?
I used to do like, I was one of those people who like when I finally got my hair done professionally, I would get sew-ins and I'd be like the person that had extra money, so I was doing like 5 bundles. And I remember this one lady, and I used to do all curly and wavy and like, or down to my ass. It was something crazy, but if I did it, it was like a mane. It was big.
Yeah.
I remember one day I did my hair. I worked in like a really white, rich area, and this lady came through the drive-thru. She was black, and she was just like, so you just have to be seen. You just doing too much. And I remember just looking at her like, what? And because I'm thinking she's talking about like my accent, because I used to do like random like bits and stuff, like little sketches damn near on the mic. I'd be like, all right, welcome to Starbucks. Yeah. What do you want for your brew tea? Just random shit. I'm thinking that's what she's talking about. And then she's like, yeah, if there's a hair in my drink, and I want to be like, bitch, I'm the cashier. I'm not even touching your shit.
Right.
But I just remember being like, and from then on, I was like, okay, 3 bundles. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I feel it. Cause
not a full closure, just your. But you look really good color. Colors look really nice on you.
Thank you.
Some people be like, they do it, and then you be like, matches your skin tone, friend. But You actually pull like,
Like,
and then your personality, it pulls the color out more. So it's not like a,
yeah.
because some people they'll have a eccentric look, but then they're just like, don't look at me.
Yeah.
You have a very, you can peek over here, but don't do too much. Yeah, it's something slight. This was just something slight. This is something I dusted off the mantelpiece real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you went into Mira's closet, you know what? Yeah, use this one. All right. Let me put it on real quick.
But yeah, like I love color. Like I always say I like dressing up because like it's like putting on like a different version of me. It's like I feel like this version of me is more confident. This version of me like does etc.
Little
Like
razzle dazzle.
Because the way I don't dress up like in real life, like I tell people all the time, like, listen, if we try to look good, you better tell me before we step out this house. I'm stepping out in the jeans and a t-shirt. If not jeans and a t-shirt, it's sweats and a t-shirt. You better tell me.
My friends, man, to this day I cringe every time I try. I used to be the queen of gray shirt, gray sweatpants.
It's such a cozy classic look though.
And it's really nice. And then my friend was like, "You're not a boy. Stop." And I'm like, I have been humbled. But I was like, damn, like, I like it. You ain't fucking with it. Like, I look cute. Who hurt you? What nigga hurt you recently that I can't wear this? And it would be like, she's like, are you wearing the same sweatpants? And I'm like, no, I got 4 of the same pair. And then I have the joggers, and then I have the cuff, and then I have the ones that are flat flare, and then I have the gaucho-esque. I was like, I don't like the gaucho ones because they get all caught in cootie cat. I don't like that. But I was like, no, I got different ones. And she's like, how many gray shirts do you own? Probably like 20. She's just like, and what else? I was like, the next color is black. Y'all told me to stop wearing black. So we went to gray. And then after that, I went to blue. And then I went to yellow, which was a happy ass color that I would then mix with gray. I felt
yellow
like
and gray is a vibe.
I felt really nice. I felt like an artist. Were you ever on DeviantArt?
Yes. Yes, I was.
I felt my DeviantArt. I was like, I really thought I was doing some shit.
I used to love me some DeviantArt. I had to take all my stuff down though, because they started the AI thing, and they said like, oh, you can like, that. Yeah, they were like, you can like leave, and they're like, and somebody else said, yeah, read their fine print. You have to delete all your stuff though, or else it still can be used. And I'm like, oh, so I had to physically go. I did it a few months ago. I had to physically go back through it and back up the ones I wanted to keep. So I saved all of my old art.
I don't even think I know my login. And I know there's so many things on like private and stuff. Jesus. Huh? There's pictures of me and that stalker ex nigga.
I hope that.
Wow, that's on there.
I loved it.
Let me make a note.
You're right. You're like, just in case.
Ooh.
I want to use the arts thing again, but I figure like for now I'll probably just like keep it to socials until I can find like a website that I can like
locked in. And I feel like that's well, what's your opinion of the AR art thing? Because as a non-artist, I'm like, that's fucked up, and it feels like there should be a law against it. But it's like, I can see why it's tricky to try and make a law about it. Because what came first? Your shit or their shit?
See, and it's weird because of the way my art like career started, it's very nuanced. Like, I like it as a tool. Like, this is like, as somebody who couldn't get art done of me because of my skin tone, it's very cool that like I can get like 80 pictures of people that look like me very easily without a microaggression, somebody drawing me like a racist caricature or something like that. It's like, yeah, exactly. Because like, I think we've all had that. Like you just said, your experience.
I got a commission done by a chocolate person, and I feel like I look like a caricature. And every time I see it, I'm just like, but you're black.
And they'll get you too. You'll be looking at the picture. You like, I don't think I look like that.
You showed it to me. I'm like, oh, so who's this? That's you.
Like, So it's like, I like it for that. Yeah, exactly. That's my thing. It's like, because my like for example, it's like my lips aren't very full. It's like our lips are like shaped. They're not skinny, but they're full. So it's like, and then I have a very pink bottom lip. But you drew both my lips very full and very pink.
A bottom lip.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
like
yes. I know the terms.
Mm-hmm. It's like you drew both my lips very pink and very big, very like that. My lips look like that, and I'm like, have you heard the phrase "sambo" before? Like sambo
I had
lips.
somebody
That's what I was thinking.
I had somebody do like a sketch of me in a class, and I had Jay-Z lips, and I almost cried because Jay-Z has 2 bottom lips.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it right now, but I was just like, why? Why did you think that was? What did I do to you? Why?
Yeah.
Did I not say good morning? Like, damn.
I feel like if not for bad actors, AI wouldn't be that bad. I think like because it's like, oh, it's scanning other people's art, and that's always a weird line. It's like you're taking pieces of my art, because I did the AI thing too. It wasn't Mid-Journey. You know, the one everybody did where they put their pictures in and pay for it. I did that as well, and there were a couple pieces in there where I could very, very easily tell the artist they pulled that from. Like I recognize them from like my favorites and stuff. And that makes it like a weird line. It's like I just paid somebody else to make a recreation of another
your
artist's
art
style
that I love,
and that's an artist that I like. So it's like I could have just paid.
I love that for iPhone. That was a very iPhone thing too. So I was just like, as an Android person, I was like, that's fine. I can miss this trend. Something just told me, I was like, don't do it yet. And then I found out everybody was paying for that shit. I was like, and I think you have to pay per, I think, however many. And I'm like, or maybe one of the apps, I think you pay for like after a certain amount, you can get more, but you got to pay for it.
The one that I did, you have to, I think it's like so much for like 75 pictures, so much for 100 pictures, so much for like.
I was looking like, that sounds nice, but I'm like, I'm weird conspiracy theorist ass motherfucker. Like, I'm already spiritual as shit. What you doing with my picture? Like, what's my original picture? What you doing with it? And what? Because my biggest fear is that somebody's gonna end up on an episode of like Catfish or something using my picture. Like, I'm the kind of person that randomly Google searches a picture, especially if it's like, I think I look good in that picture. I'm like, yeah, Google reverse search. Gotta make sure.
That's
like,
actually.
My friend found her shit on Backpage.
Oh.
Like, and then I guess like do proxy websites for it, but like it just pulled her up a million times, and I was just like, yeah, I'm scared now. I was like, because it was a regular picture. It was a regular picture for her, but it was like a regular selfie. I was like, I was like, nah. And then I'm paying, so it's like I'm consenting to it. Then they're like, well, you're paying for us to use your shit.
Yeah, that's very valid. Because like, I know the one with where they would make you into anime characters. That one specifically in their terms of service tells you. Yeah, they tell you, not the one on TikTok, not the one everybody's playing with. There was an app.
Boy, being an Asian man.
I keep being like 2 years old. That'd be so sad.
I found a way. I did the Knuckles thing, and then I ended up being a black woman. But I was mad. I was like, why do I have to do that? Why I have to show my titties to be a woman, first of all? And second, I was like, because I got my own. I took a picture. I was like, yeah, you see them titties. No, they wanted Knuckles. I was like, first of all,
like,
whose titty? How many titties I got? 4?
I guess so. They like,
and then I think I had one with a headscarf on, and my headscarf converted into like a whole nigga on my shoulder. I was like, this is too much. I'm mad.
I'd have been frightened. I'm too superstitious for that. I'm too far.
I went to a graveyard and I did the one because they were like, you can see what spirits is hanging around. And I was like, I'm going to try it. I'm probably going to cry, but I'm going to try it. Nothing. But then when I took a picture by the person I went to see, my image looked like them. And I was like, I'm done. I quit.
I'm too
that shit is sitting in my drafts. I am so scared. I was like, okay, all right, show out.
That stuff be making me so like, I'm terrified of ghosts. Like I've only had 2 ghost experiences in my life, and I pray never again, never in my life, ever. And I posted them on TikTok just for like a laugh, and I remember somebody was like, oh, you got any more ghost stories? Like, not unless I
Not to
lie.
tell.
And it's like, I'm not gonna go out and try to find none to tell y'all either.
I
Hell.
told somebody, I was like, I don't tell mines, but it's like they crack me. I guess I gotta stop finding paranormal shit funny. But like, I
Nah, it's
ended
better
up
though.
bonding with somebody because I was explaining certain things in my childhood, and like my godmother's Puerto Rican, my family's Louisiana, and like we're in the South, so like a lot of shit intertwines, and I gotta stop getting off. I be getting on the TikTok rabbit holes where they do that damn weird howling sound, and they're like, in the night when this happens, if you hear somebody calling your name, don't do like all this random shit,
Yes.
right? Well, I got onto this one where they were talking about the tiny people, and like it's like it's weird to explain, but it's like tiny people and they like do shit and stuff, and then the man in the black hat, and I cried because I felt validated because I'm like, I've been telling people about this shit and people don't believe me, and like I think I saw it in on people on like the reservations. It was a reservations folklore. It was a Mexican folklore. It was a Louisiana hoodoo one. It was one in Africa. I'm like, so you knew what I was talking about the whole time. I just needed to talk to the right cultures, is what you're saying. And like, I think I said something, and I found out in the Caribbeans, like the Geechee people have it. Jamaicans have it, and everybody on my chat was, I think we were talking about it for some reason on stream, and everybody was looking at me like, Mel, did you do this afterwards? And I'm like, baby, I'm still here. I'm fine. It's too late now. The nigga didn't. Well, did you talk to him? No, I know better. But I was just like, the fact that you know what to do, why would you train for this?
That'd be my thing too.
Where's the book?
Because I remember when I was telling my ghost story, I always described the thing I saw, and everybody's like, I don't get what you saw. And then I found out shadow people were a thing, and I was like, they describe as shadow people, and I'm like, that is the thing, that thing, because I was like, it's a dark figure. It doesn't have a face, but you can tell it has a face, and you can tell it's looking at you. Yes. And I was like, so the man in the dark, hat, but I can see you.
This is the best part. The man in the hat is the leader of the shadow people. And I've seen him for so many years in my life. And I was explaining it to people. And I was like, yeah, he has a hat. God. And I was like, and the way you know he's looking at you is because the way the hat, little curve. And everybody's looking at me, and I'm like, so y'all knew. So I'm not, I'm not crazy. And then I think one time we were talking about like, that's when we were talking about portals in the mirror. And I was like, yeah. One time I seen in the mirror, like, you didn't look at the mirror any longer. And I was like, no. And then they're like telling me all this shit. I'm like, so y'all telling me all this time I wasn't crazy. Y'all just, you fucking knew.
That is exactly how I felt. Because like, I didn't tell the story to anybody because I was like, it doesn't sound real. It's like, a person that wasn't a person. They didn't have a face.
They're a being. They exist, but they're not here. Like, I can't punch the bitch, but I know they're here. And they're moving. It's not I was moving lights and shit. I'm like, it ain't a tree. Because that's my biggest thing. I usually be fucking around and be like, is that a shadow? No. I'm like, if for some reason they're never in the middle of the room, they're always on the wall or on a door. They're on something that casts a shadow, but they're never on. She's chilling right here. Like, what's that?
Yes, because that's how the thing I saw was like it was in the doorway is here, and it was like in the doorway this way, not like it was leaning.
Yeah,
like no, like bitch, you're horizontal. Like what the fuck? And I'm just looking like, what is like? It's not a way a person can leap. They were fully just like this, and I'm like, just on the door.
They're contorted, like, yeah. They're shadow, yeah. And then Princess and the Frog came out, and so then I'm like, maybe I saw the movie, and maybe this is just one of those times where I'm just dreaming. And I was like, nah, I know what the fuck I saw. It's like when I feel like I told this story before. When 9/11 happened, right? No, this was years down the way. I was in like 5th, 6th grade. I had
Mm.
I had a friend who was like really goth, really emo. Bitch did coke. Like we were in middle school. Bitch was
Yeah.
about that life. Her mom was a party girl who had her young, blase blase.
Mm.
She decided she was Muslim, but we had this teacher she loved, and the teacher taught an after school program called Students for Christ. It was a Jesus group.
Yeah.
She stayed, so I stayed because that's my friend. This teacher, as much as we loved her, she was spewing propaganda like a motherfucker. She was like showing us like 9/11 and showing us the pictures in the smoke and the folding
Oh,
dollar
she
bills
wild.
to show us about how they knew the towers was crashing. And yeah, she's like a real, like, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I would never do that to children. So I went
Yeah.
home, and I promise you, I was a latchkey kid, so my mom was not home yet. I
Mm.
was petrified, scared. My house had filled with red smoke, and there was laughter, like as if somebody was playing a laugh track and had like a gas machine, like a little smoke machine. It was
Mm.
red. By the time my mom came home, I was on the edge. I was on the back part of the couch. So we had like, it was like black people furniture where your furniture ain't really fit in your room, so you make it fit. Like it was
Mm.
crossed. So there's an area in the back. Now the area in
Yeah.
the back, I used to have my toys and stuff, so I couldn't hide back there. But I was on top like a cat until my mom got home. I had to pee. I hadn't eaten. And my mom was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then what scared me was there was claws that scratched the
Oh
wall.
my
And how I knew
God.
it was real, how I know it wasn't me, is when my mom got home. I told her about it, and then she looked at the wall, and there was actually like grip into the wall and like a little
Mm.
drag.
Mm.
And I was just like, mm-mm. And I was like, "Mom, you know me. I buy my nails. I buy my nails. I buy my. Look at it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?" And she's just like, go lay in my bed. And then my grandma came over and she burned some stuff and she made me lemonade and some beef stew, and I had a sick day. I didn't go to school the next day.
I That's why I say I want to know somebody who do stuff like that. Cause like I've had like those weird. Like, have you ever been to a spot, right? Because I always say
I
like the
have been
air
to a
feels
spot.
alive in certain spots. Yeah, you
Mhm.
go you go to a spot and it just feel really wrong, and you like, I'm not gonna go in there. Actually, and your friends be like, what? It's like, just not gonna walk in that building. To be honest,
Mhm.
then later they tell you some weird stuff happened there. I'm like,
You got a good
well,
conscience. You got that awareness. I had, so last night when Tux came for the ice, because the fuck up episode, she took me to ice cream. We were eating ice cream in front of my house.
mm,
Well, fun story, because I know you don't really get to come to the streams. It's fun. My neighbor's, because this happened during the stream. My neighbor's house caught on
right.
fire, right? And I went save her. So
Ooh.
this was during, like, I think I was playing Black for Blood. I was dressed
Mm,
up as some fucking anime character, and I'm zooming out the house to fix it. Her house burns down. We fix it. So now her house is like,
mm,
they took the whole thing away. Well, we sometimes sit in front
mm,
of her house because I miss her. I eat ice cream, and this dude he walks into my neighbor's yard. I don't think he knew them, and he walks out.
mm,
So we're like, okay. The dude walks into the street, and then he turns like real eerie like, and he looks dead at us, and we're like, and I'm looking at Tux, and I'm like, either I got to get
mm.
out the car and go in my house for reasons, or we gonna run a nigga over today. Because the way
Mm.
he looked at us, it was not good intent. So
Yeah.
let's say this is him. He's coming down, and we're in a car,
Mm,
and there's we're on this side of the road. He's on that side. He walks this close to the car, as if he's gonna try the door,
mm.
right? And I'm looking at
Yeah.
him now. Tex knows that there's my boundaries with like male aggression is different. I will fight a nigga. I do not give a fuck. I have no fucking qualms. I didn't fought my brother. He has one nut to this day. He loves telling people a story about how he got one nut because we got into a fight and I punched him dead in the shit and he lost it. He's a solo nut nigga and he had kids afterwards, so it's fine. But like he walks past the car, but he keeps leering close to it. And so
Mhm.
my face contorted and she was just like, "Oh, do you want me to just back up and hit him?" I'm like, "Nah. Now let's see what this nigga do. So like, if you don't know our like family life, you don't know that I know whose truck that belongs. So he goes towards my brother's truck, and I'm like, I know you're not about to try and break it to my brother's truck in front of me. I don't even like that nigga, but you're not gonna break it to his truck in front of me.
Right.
And then he just walks into my neighbor's empty ass yard where her house used to be, because there's absolutely nothing there but grass. And he just sits there. He's just standing there. And then he tries to walk into the apartment complex, but there's a gate. So then he's just like standing there looking at us from the car. And I'm like, I'm going to get out the car. You're going to drive off. Do not wait for me to get in the house. Just go. I'm fine. Man just was there half the night.
Jeez.
And also, I was like, hey, your door locked? Like, your truck locked? Make sure you relock it. And eventually the dude walks back and he goes back towards down the street. I was like, you know what? But it was so funny because I just kept hearing all them TikTok scary sounds like the doo-doo-doo. I was like, is this one of those moments I should record and go viral? And put this on Twitter and then put at the bottom, I have nothing to plug, but come look at my Twitch.
I feel like I'm very like wary with dudes because like I don't know if it's me, but I tend to attract dudes that's like my boyfriend, real big dudes,
Big niggas.
you know, yeah, like big ones like me, and they
nice.
express this by being aggressive, and I'd be like one of them, like I was in a grocery store, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always get carts. I am not carrying my groceries. This is if I'm getting 2 things, I'm still getting a cart. Like I'm not carrying anything. Like,
the way my ADHD, I be forgetting. I be sitting up. I'm the person walking around trying to run back to the carts with like 6 things. Like it's bok choy. I needed it.
Like unless it's like an Aldi, because I don't feel like doing the quarter thing, I'm getting a cart. Like I
forgot that they do that shit at Aldi's.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck has a quarter?
I remember I got a special Aldi quarter.
Oh my god.
Other than that, I don't have one. I have a special quarter just for Aldi in like a special section in my wallet. So I go to Aldi, I just open up that zipper, and the only thing in there is one solitary quarter.
That's smart though.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
But I'm like I'm going across the aisle. You know, I'm pushing my cart. Now the aisle is here. I'm here. My cart is here. This big buff man comes up to me from the side, puts one hand on the aisle and one hand on the arm of my cart.
Oh,
so I'm basically like, yeah, I'm like triangled in. And I'm like, and so me, like my panic reaction is A, get loud, and B, just stare.
I don't know.
So I'm just like, yeah. So I'm just looking at him like horrified, like because I can't control my face. He's like, I'm not gonna do anything. I was like, why are you blocking me in?
Maybe that was me.
Oh, she got
security. Because I heard her roar, but I heard the. I'm like, that was Mama. That was me. That was, security. I got it. It was me. I'm sorry. I woke you up. She is looking at me like, you know damn well I was asleep. I'm sorry. Not you doing the dog pose. Okay, come on, downward dog, guys.
I want to be good at that pose. My shoulders ain't built for that. I'll be sick.
Yeah. If you flip over and you do the arms above and you twist, it usually pops it back for you. Like the genie in the bottle, but laying on your back.
Yeah.
It usually pops in the side. Yeah. Me and my coworker, we do stretches in the morning because we old and all the shit we gotta carry and lift, you gotta damn near stretch before you start your shift. One day I will get back to I need to do that. I can't pop my back for shit anymore.
I kind of can't. There's a thing that I saw. You like lay on your back and bend your knees, and you like move your knees like back and forth like a windshield wiper.
I've seen that on TikTok.
It don't work for you
no more. All the little cute little tricks where the people or the one with the door and I think
that door did nothing for me.
I think I'm officially at the point now because even at the gym they'll be like, oh, get on this and then just drop, and they be looking like, damn. I'm like, I think my shit's fucked up. I think when I go to a chiropractor, that man's just gonna be like, there you go. That's what she needed. Pop her in the back.
I did not know your back could be so out of line. It can mess up your walk, and like one of your legs could be like shorter than the
Mm-hmm.
other just because of like it being out of line. And I was looking at that and I'm like, yo,
And the worst part is
bodies really
people
are
can
wild.
see it and it can tell your leg one leg shorter than the other.
I'm horrified now. I'm like,
She's gonna be like, when I get up, watch me walk away. You see?
it's like I didn't know until like I was watching right during a chiropractor visit, and they was like, see how one of your legs is short and the other isn't,
It's
and
not horribly bad. It's not like
I'm
you sit
like,
up there looking like you got a peg leg or nothing. It's just
it's
you
not.
look like
It
you
was.
uncomfortable when you walk. That's all it is.
I was so shook when I said I was like,
As a bitch from the south that don't have like that, I'm not bow legged or nothing like that. Trust me, I got told I walk weird because I'm not bow legged or knob kneed or any
I
of the
can't
cool
even.
shits. My mama put me in the corrective shoes. I apologize.
Mom's like, you ain't doing that with
You ain't gonna be
me.
no goddamn thotty. Come on. Shit, y'all be like, damn, mom,
That's
you
how
could have
my
been
family
hip.
was.
You gonna live
That's
in
how
the
my
hood but
family
not have
was.
hood privileges. I'm just sitting up here speaking well and shit, wearing a uniform. I'm sorry,
Man,
not wearing a uniform. These niggas had uniforms. Everybody got clear backpacks. I'm over here with my Wonder Woman backpack.
I will never get the clear backpack. I'm so glad that was not a thing at any of the schools I went to because like I
In
had a
Chicago?
heavy flow. Yeah, it wasn't. We got metal detectors and stuff, so it wasn't that deep. They used to search our bags and stuff, so you know. They didn't do that at child school. Y'all didn't have like the metal,
So
the
fun
bag
thing.
scans they got at the airport. We
No,
had
city. That's
those.
just y'all. That's just
Oh,
y'all. So this is my favorite part, right? One out of my entire career in my school, we had 1 week where we had to do metal detectors, and that was because the stalker
mm,
that wasn't my ex, he brought a gun to school because he was drug dealing. So because of him, because that's how I found out that's what he did. We had to do it
mm.
for a week, and they realized ain't nobody that stupid, or they just leave it in their locker, or whatever. Because we also had drug dogs, and which is funny because the ex that I do claim he stabbed somebody in the stairwells.
Oh
So you're
Lord.
worried about the wrong shit. You're worried about that gun.
Hmm.
You could stab somebody.
We had that like every day, like the same stuff with TSA. Like basically, well, except you don't take off. We didn't take off our shoes. Like they
See,
would have us put
that's
our
y'all.
backpacks.
That's your
Yeah,
truth.
they had us put our backpacks in the little scanning thing. They would open it up.
Hello.
Okay. About watching was listening to me apparently. Okay. They would like make us go through, then they would open our backpack, look through it and stuff. We go through the metal detector, then they wand us down and all that. Then we could go through. And I believe you had to like show your ID. So you had to go through a whole process to go get into our high school building.
We didn't have that.
And there was police outside.
But to be honest, I think that maybe I call it the bad school. My school was newer.
Mm,
I think the maybe Elsic, like which was the been around since goddamn eons, back when blacks couldn't go there kind of school. I'm pretty sure
mm,
they had it because they were notorious for like fights, and they had like I don't know if your school did this. Ugh, ugh. So other schools in our district had a ninth grade center. Ours didn't. Everybody went to school together.
mm,
They used to like dog walk freshmen at the other school. They
mm.
had that weird tier hierarchy
Hazing
system.
thing.
And I remember I went from like I in middle school, I went to high school to get some college credits for summer school. Instead of like
Mm.
people who are doing like, oh, I'm taking this class over. I'm like, oh, this is my first time taking it. I got hazed and I wasn't even supposed to be going there by people that just graduated from middle school. But because they were actually ninth graders, they were hazing me. It was weird. I hated it.
It's
I ever
so
and
weird.
because I'm me, I was like, y'all are corny as fuck. Like this is where you peak. Oh, so you're peaking in high. This is your moment. You have nothing to go on to. Let me guess, you're joining the military. You're gonna be in the front. Okay, yeah. You can tell. I can tell a lot about you. You're pussy.
It's like I recognize you. I
Yeah.
see you for
I
what
had
you
this one
are.
person was like, because a lot of my other friends who were going to a different school, they came too, and they got to take English, but I had already taken the class that they took. So they were all hanging out together, and I was taking like fucking keyboarding and accounting and shit. And I'm like, why am I taking real classes? Y'all over here eating fudge. They were bringing lunches and shit and being cute, eating lunch together. And I'm just sitting up there like, I'm miserable. These 3 weeks with these fucking older kids that only like 2 people in my class talked to me because they didn't give a fuck because they were outcast already. And I'm just like, and I was cool. I was friends with the kid that came to school in Fangs every day.
That's a vibe. I
He
kind
was
of
so
fucks with
cool.
that.
He was so cool.
Fangs.
He bought me a pair. I remember he had bought me a pair at the end because he was just like, stop staring at my teeth. I'm like, I want to drink your grades. No? Okay. I hope he's doing okay.
Some, though.
Yeah. It was like the real cheap kind that you get like a Hot Topic. I was like, it's fine. I don't care. Hurt my teeth, but it was really nice. I got to do it for like a whole, and then I was like, I lost one. It makes sense now.
You know somebody who I think about a lot?
Who?
I had a friend
who
used to pretend to be. Oh no! I had a friend who used to pretend to be a girl online, and he was really good at mimicking the voice. And he never paid for his WoW subscription, ever. Never in life.
That's
he's
smart.
like he's like, yeah. He's like guys are just like guys are dumb. Like you just go on there and you say, "Hi, can you help me? I'm really lost in the game." And then he's like, they show off because they're losers. And I'm like, "Oh, I won't be able to play with you next month because I can't afford it." And he's like, and they just give me money. He's like, I've had this account for years. I've never paid for anything. It's like, guys are just dumb. And I was like, every day I think about him and I'll be like,
I hope he's doing good.
Yeah, it's like, I hope everything in life works out for you. Like,
Kage was telling me that's like the scam of fucking RuneScape, as a lot of people do the same thing.
Really?
They pretend to be girls, and then people give them like the bucks and help them advance and stuff, and like give them the cool armor and shit. And I'm like, am I doing girl gaming wrong? Like,
that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
I can't even get a Fortnite battle pass. I was like, thankfully my nigga buy my shit, but like, damn, it's like I went to somebody's stream and she was doing Call of Duty, and she was literally giving like, thank you, that's so nice, yeah, oh, did you donate 10, you donated 20 subs, oh my god, thank you so much. And I'm just like,
me think I'm fumbling the bag. But I feel like I can't do that. I'm too mean. I can't do it. Like, the second you say some shit I don't like, I done fucked up the bag because I'm a violate.
When I first started on Twitch, like when I first started as MelaninAndEspressos on Twitch, because at some point I changed my name. I don't even remember when I did it. That's how long it's been. I remember being like, I would threaten my community because Daryl was in it. I used to threaten my community all the time of like, I'm gonna leave y'all niggas and I'm going to Asian Twitch, where they treat they motherfuckers right, and I'm gonna be a titty Asian streamer. Pokemon ain't got enough. Me versus Pokemon, you know motherfuckers gonna be looking at me. And I was like, and then wait, I actually put makeup on and I say stuff like weeby shit, like, oh well, maybe somebody will watch this with me. Like, and I actually put the effort in with some nails, and I was like, and I have the audacity, I was like, to use a bitch voice. Oh, y'all motherfuckers. And then y'all come into my stream talking about, oh man, no, my name is Kiki Korea. I'm gonna be hella cringe. And guess what? Motherfuckers gonna eat that shit up. And I'm gonna be like, thank you for the 100 gifted subs. Oh my god, stop. Like, like, oh. Like, it's gonna be, I'm gonna do this shit for no reason, just find stupid ways to make my titty jiggle. Because this was before hot tub streaming. I was like, I'm gonna play stupid games like, does somebody wanna carry me? Oh my gosh, this game is so hard. Like, I'm just gonna milk that shit. I am about to make every man feel like they have the biggest penis, and every bitch like her shit is the wettest. Everybody's gonna love me.
It's like, I'm trying to steal hearts.
I want money and hearts, and maybe if I do it right, a stream team out of it. Because I was like, imagine you see the black girls getting all the views on the Asian stream team. I was like, and God forbid, for some reason, I go back and try and learn Mandarin again. Over for you hoes.
Nah.
Get all the Vietnamese
I
money. That's where the money at.
I be so stressed sometimes. I be like, I'm finna just start flirting on the internet, but I was like, I can't, cause like one, I don't flirt. I don't flirt intentionally. Depending on who you ask, I be flirting, but I don't flirt intentionally. But I was
I
like, the
don't think
second,
I
like,
flirt. I think people just think that
I
I'm
don't
being friendly,
either. I
and
think
I'm just
that's
being a dick. Sometimes I be hella sarcastic, and I be like, "Are you falling in love right now?"
I'll never get that. Like people that I'm mean to, that be thinking I'll be like,
Oh, she's trying to holler at
like,
me. No, I'm roasting you. I am making fun of you. This is
like,
my love language is making sure you feel like shit. How you know I care? If you, I was like, if you talk to me for 5 hours and you're like still feeling good about yourself, did I do my job? I don't think so. Maybe. I've been working on myself. I've been getting better.
The same. Same. Cause like some of the stuff I be happening on stream now, it's like my anger issues could never. Like I have had so much growth as a person
I
because
accepted a rate
sometimes I
of
be like,
50 something and I was just like, and they stayed. I was mad. I was trying my hardest.
oh,
Because my first defense mechanism is if I can't in stream, I start roasting and I don't self deprecate, but I kind of like, well, I know y'all got to go eat, and you should go, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, y'all should be going to sleep, huh? I be slowly pushing people out my house. I'm like,
yeah, it's like, what y'all got going on? Cause
I don't know
I'm
about
about
y'all, but it's a
to.
whole bunch of silent streaming. We're just over here listening to music and playing Minecraft. And then on Minecraft, I just do one thing over and over again. Like I'll just dig down into a cave or something and just be like, oh, I died. Well, I gotta go pee and get some water. See y'all when I get back. Come back 10 minutes later and be like, these bitches sleep. Ask a question.
All right,
People
it's
come
like,
out of
well.
lurk. I'm like, God, fuck. What kind of fucking steadfast faith do y'all have in me? Like, shoo fly.
Yeah, that stuff is. That's why I was like, I'm so glad. Like, I didn't know until like way later after I had already like accepted my fate and got beat up by it that you could turn raids off. But it's like, oh, if I'd have knew that from the jump, wouldn't nobody raid me? It's like, no, it would come in organically.
The raids of like people who follow you and shit, like, or raids of people you follow and shit. And I'm just like, so you're telling me that somebody that like Bob Ross could see me and be like, her, and that 1.7K is just gonna come to me? Mm-mm. I was like, I can't limit
I could
the
not.
the. I was like, I know Twitch ain't gonna do it, but that'd be nice if they could limit the amount. Cause I seen somebody. I think Daryl one time when I was modding, he got like a rate of 300 something. I'm like,
Ooh.
I think Cup was a storm. Somebody rated him, and I was just like this. Daryl, I can't do. I was like, I'm here for you, baby, but. And then it was
Nah,
a
my
streamer
chest
that I was
tight.
like, I don't have no rapport with this person. You do great. And he's just, oh, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And he's just talking to pew and doing all this shit. And I'm like, I'm just here to make sure nobody call you a nigger. That's why I'm here.
I want to ask if you have the same issue that I have, because I've noticed
nigger?
this issue is like, no, that one. Like,
Niggas do be
because like,
niggas.
okay, like you do your podcast and things like that and
Mhm.
stuff, and you do a lot of creative works and stuff, but we both have that weird anxiety. Do people
Nobody knows. Nobody. It's just like people been shouting out this fucking mixtape that I dropped. I ain't even advertised. I just put in a tweet and that was it.
Oh, but they was ready. But it's like, have you ever had a situation where it's like your friends be like, hey, with all your talents and this and that, you should be trying to do this huge goal right here. But you're like, listen, I'm still fighting this tiny goal right down here. I can't go
Certain
here.
people in my circle who push those kind of things have been cussed out, have been bitched at, and have been threatened to be ban blocked, and so they stopped. That's my boundary, because like for me, most of the creative shit that like people saw, like the real shit, was purely out of my need. I was a workaholic that had no job, and so I needed to do something, and I never even pushed my own creativity because I didn't see myself as artistic or creative. I just thought that I can make shit sound good, make it look good. And then I realized like, oh shit, like you just did. I think out of boredom, a lot of people got like, I like the animated emotes were out of boredom. I made people's headers. I was making stream overlays for people, and I was just sending people shit. I sent EMP like a whole bunch of scenes for like his random shit. Like I would go to people's streams and I'd be like, I'm not saying your shit don't look good, but I got an idea. Now you either walk with me or tell me go sit my ass down. It don't matter. I just want you to know this is what it could look like. We could, if you want to go hard in the paint, I'm your bitch. I was a Waka Flocka fan when he was still Gucci. That's me. But like, the podcast was boredom because I had no job, and I always wanted to. This podcast was supposed to be done like years ago, and I wanted to do it, and I was like, I'm tired of holding off on doing it. And now that like most of the shit is resolved on that end, I'm like, I can do it. Yeah. But like the people who are like, oh my god, I love you and I just want to support you, and I'm just like, bitch, I don't need your support. I just need you to say, like, I was like, I think this is my issue. Like, I made this. I don't need you to try and buy it. I don't need. I did not make this. I did not know. This was from an edible arrangement. This was an edible arrangement. That's gorgeous. I like it. I put my flowers in it from the flowers that he buys me. I put in there. I'm gay. Anyway, but my nigga, I'm very gay for him. But like, I was like, if I make like, I'm not asking you to buy it. I'm not saying you to put it on your page and stuff. Just like, oh, it's really pretty. That's all I need. Just look at my dick and say, that's a nice dick. That's all I need. I do not need you to kiss it, touch it. Don't need you to say what you would do to it. Nothing. Don't grovel at it. Nothing. Just nice dick. Thank you. Thank you. Just let me have my little chi-chi. That's it. But like, for other people, I know I go hard, so I have to be accepting usually, but it's like, I don't know. My creativity moments are like, I don't know how to say, like small nut bursts. Like, I'm just like, yeah, that was a good nut. I'm done. Yeah. I don't need to know what happened to my nut afterwards. It's cleaned off. It's gone. It's in the, Jesus take the wheel. Like, but I do have friends like, oh, well, you need to do stream team. You need to do this. You need to sell it. Like, I opened an Etsy shop because people told me I need to sell it. Not only have I not sold shit, but it's also like, then I feel weird because I'm like, I don't know the value of my work. And I don't, when it comes to money, I'm not a very money person. As long as my bills are paid, I'm fine. Like, I'm not a minimalist. I ain't one of those people that, like, God forbid, I find a Dooney and Burke book bag that I like. I'm gonna get that bitch. But like, money, I've had it, I've lost it. I've seen both sides of the coin. I've had good credit and I've had poor credit. I've had perfect credit. Like, most times I feel like people's wants for me are not for me. It's for them to say that my friend did this, and it's a status for them, not for me.
I feel that.
Because why you can't? I told my friend, I was like, why you can't be friends with a loser? Why can't you be the loser? Everybody need a loser friend. I'm always here. You leaving me, baby? You gonna leave me, baby? After all we've been through. I'm
Stepping sorry. All the way out. Nah,
she looking at me like I just need water, Mom. Damn.
Because I feel that, because as my platform grows, like, there's so many people saying like, oh, you should like reach out to this company, reach out to this streamer for a collab. It's like, I'm still nervous asking my friends to play games with me, let alone asking like a streamer. Like, you know, I feel bad when I'm telling my friends like, hey, I'm playing Fortnite and I need to get the battle pass. Do y'all want to like help me grind the battle? Like, I'm scared to do that, but you want me to reach out to like this bigger partner people who's marginally aware that I'm exist, to be like, hey, you know, you remember how you liked my TikTok that one time? Don't you want to play a game with me? It's like, I'm not there emotionally. My anxiety is not going to allow me to get to this step. I know you feel like I should be here, but it's like,
that's your expectations of me, but where I feel I'm at right here.
It's like, I am still scared to ask people I play games with in Discord regularly to come on stream with me. I am scared to ask my friends to play games with me in a content creation space.
I get it.
I cannot ask that. I can't. No.
When I was because I used to be the queen of HP Pavilion laptops, I streamed. I used to stream up. Oh, you leaving me now for real? She open the door.
Not the door.
She's gotten really good with it. She could push it open and then she just moves it with her head. Like, I'm trying to see if she's gonna bark because that's what I'm nervous about. Okay, I think she did just go get water. But like, Mirror Mirror was in my Sims stream. But she didn't say anything, but she was there. And how I knew she was there is because I think it screen crashed and came back and she was still there. And I was like, and I clicked it and it was her account. And I was like, ooh. But I was like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm having fun. And maybe she just wants to see her mods in motion. Because God knows I have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
To this day, still petrified to ever be like, Mirror Mirror was much. Like, no. Like, I was just like, she one day accidentally came in. I don't know why. It's fine. She was lost. She was lost. Van Tanart shouted out my Etsy shop and my Canva. Like, he was talking about all the things that I do. Like, he's like, she does commissions and she makes music, and he's just singing my praises. He's done this 3 times. I want to choke him out because I also forget he's part of my community technically. Yeah. But he was like just singing my graces, and I'm like, nigga, you have commissions. Nigga, you're an artist. You're you. Get the fuck. Like, and he's like, oh, Mel, drop the link. Oh, you being funny? And he dropped it into my Ko-fi. And I'm like, you're a bitch. I love you. Don't do that.
I'm so glad somebody else is uncomfortable with that, because I feel so bad when I'm like in somebody else's stream.
I've had somebody be like,
this is Cebeis. They do this. I'm like,
I don't mind. Okay, I've gotten better with you talking about my stream, because after the coffee shop, I was like, okay, you did something there that was uniquely you. Because really, it was just you at work. It was like, literally, I have a tendency of, if I get a job, especially if there's younger people, because if people think I'm like, oh, you're my age, and I'm not, I always end up getting like a work bestie. I was like, I worked alone. I had no work bestie. So I was like, I'm a stream. I'll make me some money. I'll make it some money. And like, chat ended up being like the work bestie. I'm like, what we eat today? What you order? I'm gonna go to Subway. You want to cook? I'm gonna get a cookie. And it would just be me talking to the camera. And even if people weren't there, I was still talking. So people would rewatch it. Like, my VODs would get like 1,000+ views, and I'd be like, are you serious? Me just talking at work? Y'all some weirdos. I could deal with you talking about stuff that happened on stream, but it was stuff like outside of Streamiverse, like people being like, oh, she does yoga in Discord and she does this, and I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you?
Yeah, that would make me so uncomfortable.
Or like somebody was like, oh, and oh, y'all see her blue braids? She did those herself. No, I didn't. I bought this. This is a wig. Whole ass was doing it in Discord, talking to people while watching Abbott Elementary, but I'm like, And then somebody like Thick Sparkleboy had an episode of Who's Next on Colbert's stream, and I pissed myself because he has a tendency to like do like Easter eggs and shit, and he had a thing where he's like, who's next? And it was like at the end of hers, which was supposed to allude to the next person, right? It says who's next, and I see myself after that transition, and my name big ass spiral, and I'm like, no one talked to me about being next. What the fuck is? And then it goes, birthday was this week. Tell her happy birthday. And I was like, I know y'all did that shit on purpose. Both of y'all, count your motherfucking days. And when they both came to my stream the next day, I cussed them both out. I was like, Colbert, I love you. We just got on talking. I just started talking in your stream last year. I've been in your community forever, like 2.5 years. I just started talking because I did one of your, I think they did like an event where it was like a streamathon, and I did it with Big, and I was like, I'll do it with them. Then I started talking afterwards. Why would you do that? And then I think next was Zadie, and I'm like, okay, all right, so it's not me. Okay, whoo. But I was so mad. I cussed them out clean on stream. I was like, I love you both, but just don't do that shit no more. Pre-warn a bitch. Let me see that clip before you do it, so that I can, because everybody, oh man, don't look at me. Don't. I know I stream, but don't pay attention to me. I like when my numbers are low. I don't mind being like, if people are looking at from high to low, I like that I'm either in the middle. I either range at that 20 mark or like the 7 6s. That's fine, because I'm gonna have fun regardless. I remember one day I saw myself and I was up next to like Sensei CJ, and I was like,
oh, y'all know you was, I'd have been sick too.
I was so mad because I was just like, okay, you can do this. Like, one day I had 5 raids, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna look at the number. I'm not gonna look. But I was like, I know 2 of those motherfuckers, y'all got a hardy ass community. I'm like, and then the stream summary came in, and I don't know why I read them, but the nerd in me needs to see the data, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the highest number was 70 something. I'm like, ooh, ooh. And I was like, that's why Kage was talking his ass off so I wouldn't look. He ain't shit. Okay. And he's like, I'm just, I'm happy for you. And he's like, you gonna lay down? And it's just me laying with my face into the pillow like, I wasn't even streaming nothing good. I was playing a key miller. Thank good for the key miller, but damn.
That is truly me with so much stuff. I just be sitting there kind of like.
I remember one day you got a raid and I saw the number show and I was like, I wish I was a mod to clear the chat for you, but I can't.
I was so sick.
And you looked and I just saw your face go, and I'm like, CB, she's so pretty. See that lock touching your motherfucking shoulder, bitch.
I was so sick. It's like in my head, I always try to make myself better. It's like I have a few people that just be in the stream like all the time. So I like to pretend like those few people that are like, that be there all the time. It's like they're there. They're either lurking or some. And I was like those people round out to about like 7. So it's like in my head, I'm talking to 7 people. It's always 7. That's the number. I was like, in my head, if it says less than 7, I'm not gonna faint and fall out. But it's like 7. Then like I started looking at the numbers and I'm like, oh, you be at a smooth 20. Mm-hmm. That's not 7. There's a
no. I don't. I'm not gonna tell you the number you at, but I can always tell when you're live. You're always visible. Oh. It's 40 people could be streaming. You're visible. I be looking like this. Like... I ain't gonna like sometimes I feel bad going in because I'm just like I don't want to be the cherry on the potato, but damn.
I can't even see it. And then like if I'm watching vibes back coming for clips, like I'll see people talk because I'll be scared. So I'll be like, if they come in during a scared moment instead of a talk moment, I'll miss somebody talking. And I'm like, when was this person here?
I love it. I be coming in, I say like 2 words and then I just and now I'm watching TV on mute, looking at the facial expressions. I am here to be entertained. It's fine. I went to somebody's stream and they like literally, I got a message on a whisper and they're like, "I'm so sorry. Thank you for talking and da 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 da." And I didn't want you to feel. I was like, "Baby, I don't give a fuck." I was like, "You
really do be mad."
I've had somebody get upset because they felt that I skipped over them, but what had happened was the situation. I have certain rules in my boundaries so far in my chat that are visible is there's English only. Unless I say unless somebody let's say something happens and you want to say it in code to me, they can say it in Spanish to me or like Pig Latin or some shit. But normally English only. No self-deprecation because honestly, I used to watch Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. That shit actually weighs on you after a while. Like I used to be like, it's funny, they're but I would feel those things about myself and I'd be like, well, if I am losers and I watch them all the time, then I'm a loser. And I like Trixie and Katya, like that shit. Yeah, that shit fucks with my brain after a while. And like Carol Baskin killed her husband. That's been a staple. And then there's another rule. And I remember when I had to actually crack down on the English, please, I was like, it's a mod and a VIP. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, and then I just remember being like, trying to enforce it, but also trying to be like soft, but also being like, I'll nuke this whole motherfucking channel and act like I never did this shit. This will be a phase. Do you know how many hyperfixations I done had? Do you know how much resin I own? I still need to get back to the resin. I literally bought mixing things for it. I need to finish those.
Honestly, it looked cool, but I don't trust myself. I was like, you like
it's fun
stuff you ain't supposed to eat.
Oh,
you gonna eat.
You can chew on it after it's hard. Because I've been literally, what I want to do, you know what I'm trying my hardest not to do for the oral fixation? Shrinky dinks. I miss that. It's a very weird texture. I want to make shrinky dinks just so I can nibble.
I feel it. Sometimes you be looking at stuff, you like, what if I just chew it right now? Like, what?
That's also why I don't get acrylic nails because I usually end up popping off because I'll get bored and I'll be like, pop. Fuck.
That's why I want to get press-ons because like you see my nail, like I was trying to grow out my nails. I literally just absently bit all of them off yesterday. I was waiting for my sister to get ready so we could go to the grocery store, and I was just sitting in the chair. And then I just looked up and I had no nails. And I'm like,
this is going to sound really weird. And this might be cringe to some people. Do you actually like nibble bite it off? Or do you like take a piece and then rip it off.
I like bite the corner and make the slit, and then I grab it with my teeth and I go snatch.
I have a weird problem. Like I'll do that. Like it's like a fucking nut. Like I'll crack it and just peel it. I'm like, I don't know why I do. It's like my nails. My grandpa had like healthy ass. I call it cocaine nails. He had them thick ass niggas, and like
yeah,
my shit grows now because I used to bite them bad as a kid, and now they're growing thick. And like I'll catch myself like, especially if I just feel like my nails are too long, I will just be popping them off like they press-ons, and I'll be like, this is not a good look. I probably like I was doing something with money today, and this lady looked at my nails and like did this, and I realized everybody else is like clacky. I'm just like, I can't, friend. I'm a. This is fun for like the first 2 hours, and then I'm like, I'm done. If they're not a color I like or glitter or black, I'm just gonna be like, be overwhelmingly done. All right, and then before
like
I go ahead. I also have to pee, so I'm like in my brain.
I don't
I'm
like
thinking,
the texture
of.
Oh no, I just don't like the texture
nails?
of the press-ons. That's why I don't bite them. The press-ons
like,
don't feel as good when I bite them off.
I don't like when they shave your nail down. It overwhelms me because I've had it done. Stuff? Yeah, I've had it done too low, and so when they put the glue and everything, it burns. It hurts because you actually can feel it. And so every time I get them done, I have to go to certain people. But like if I get them done, I feel like even subconsciously, I'm like, I feel my nails. That you, my nails can't breathe.
I feel that. I feel that. I hate buffing. That's like the worst part of the install for me is the buff. I'll be looking at it like, what if my nail gets too thin and come off?
I also like but I like when they do this, like like when they buff it, but they do the ends. I don't know why. I like a very specific round tip. It made me feel real old. I feel like I'm going to bingo. I don't know why. I be looking. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna just do something weird and be talking to somebody, and be like, put it on my card, and I'm gonna slide it like that, but with the nail tips.
That's me. That's me when I get mine because I like to get the short little round nails, and I'll be do like my hands. Everything is this. Everything is this.
You fancy.
It's like, yeah, I just.
I was doing that at work today because I was trying to show my boss my ring, and I'm just like, word. I was like, yeah, I've been using cocoa butter lately, and she's just looking at me, and I'm like, and then she notices, she's like, oh, and then she's talking, and I'm just like, yeah, I was waiting for you to notice a bitch. And I was like. And I was like, why am I still doing this? Like, the fingertips have nothing to do with it. But I was like, it helps to tell the story.
Yeah. It do.
Sorry, I'm over here stimming because I just thought about it. I have food in the fridge.
Oh, I got tacos. I want them so bad.
What kind of tacos?
We made steak and beef. So I got both of the meats in there.
They got money. Oh, my God.
Nah, I got a deep freezer. That meat was in there. I was from a sale. I got a deep freezer.
I too have a deep freezer. I understand. Oh, there's pizza in the deep freezer. I need somebody that likes fish to come to my house and just take all this fish. We got salmon. I learned how to say that word on stream. I got tilapia. We got cod. Ain't no catfish in there, but there's a whole bunch of other fishes swai, whatever the fuck that is.
I don't know what that one is.
I don't know. Some nigga fish that motherfuckers started eating randomly. They found in the frozen section. It was like, I think that's not good. There's a lot of fish. If you want to, I was like, I think there's some crab in there, just go to town. Have a whole little, Lent's coming up, you ain't going to eat meat on the Fridays. Get you some. If you didn't know, I don't like fish. I don't like fish. I only like catfish and.
I love it.
This shit called perch, which is like a fucking lake fish, and kind of cod, but that's only because I used to be obsessed with fish and chips as a kid because I thought that it made me British, and I thought that would make me get my letter from Hogwarts faster if they saw me eating the cultured food. So that way they wouldn't have to be like, oh, we'd have to teach her how to eat. They'd be like, oh, she's one of us. Go get the child. Bring the child to me.
Honestly, that's me with red bean paste. Like every video game I play and they eat the buns with the red bean paste, I'm like, I just want to eat it because all of y'all are eating it in these video games, so it has to be good. It tasted so fucking bad, and I was like,
That's
I
why I was
hate
looking at
this,
you
but I'm
like,
gonna
I
keep.
hate that for you.
I keep eating it because I'm like, maybe I'm gonna adjust to the taste. And my sister, if ever she sees me pick them up, she just snatches it and put it back on the shelf. Stop wasting the goddamn food. You
And
don't like it.
if it makes you feel better, I went through a lychee. Well, I still love lychee. I went through a lychee phase,
Mm.
which is just Japanese grapes. I got it in alcohol. I got it in food. I used to eat it out the can. It's really good though. But I was like, I'd go places and they'd be like, "Oh, we have lychee blossom sake," and I'm like, "Oh yes, I need that." Oh, do you have it hot or is it iced? Oh, do you have the lychee drink? I'm just sitting up here acting like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I'm just like, oh, we go to the tea bar. Yes, a lychee flavored. Got humbled in front of Kage when we first met because I asked for a lychee tea, thinking they were gonna give me iced tea. They gave me a hot ass fucking grape tea, and I'm like, mm. He's like, oh, you don't like it? And I'm like, he's like, well, you can put it over ice. Try to put it over ice. Try to add sugar. That shit was rude.
Just wasn't going.
Shit was nasty as shit. It tastes like jasmine tea with fucking grape juice, and I was mad as hell. I was like, I want my money back.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Would you like to what's the word? Why it's not donate? Dedicate. Ooh. Somebody went to college. You want to dedicate your episode to anybody? Or anything or any entity?
I honestly just like to dedicate it to like the community and people that support me in these things because like it's always very easy to like go, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to quit. It's making me uncomfortable. But there's
Mm-hmm.
always like those support people that are there that's like, hey, if you need a
I'll miss
break,
you.
if you do this,
I'll
yeah.
miss you, but go ahead and take your little time off. I
Yeah.
love that there was
It's
like
like
your
the
little
support means
time
a
off.
lot. Not a little. I'd be sick over that.
They'd be looking at you like, yeah, take your mental health break, but
Yeah, bring it
it's been
right
3 weeks.
back.
Go home. That's my favorite time
Mm-hmm.
of like, where's Cebeis? And everybody being like, she on vacation, but she coming back. Okay.
That
All
has be
right.
so cute though. I think the funniest thing about being on vacation is like I'd be so happy to be around him because we're long distance. I love him to death, so I'd be so happy just to be like around him day to day. And I'm like, eventually it's gonna be like this all the time. Meanwhile, my friends must be like, I miss you. I'm like, I don't miss y'all yet. I won't want to
I
go.
be telling somebody was like, oh, when you go see Kaka, I was like, when we went to Atlanta, I was just like, oh, like my one meetup was good. I was good. I met. Yeah. Oh, you're not coming. My niggas here. I'm not on my period. I got
mm-hmm.
shit to do. My
Mm-hmm.
man ain't up under me every day like some of y'all. Let me talk to this man about my car
Exactly.
extended auto warranty. And then maybe when he tells me he's done, we can come back to y'all and talk about some goddamn taco truck.
That's exactly how I be because it's like we're long distance, like all that
I
stuff
got a
that you
lot
get
to
to do
catch
with
up
your
to.
boyfriend.
You
Yeah, I
y'all
don't
get to
get to
hold
do
hands and
that.
go to fucking Chipotle and oh my god, I ain't gonna lie. This has been hurting my soul on TikTok. It's like them food toasting videos
Food toasting.
when people like get food together and then they toast like they'll have their bowls and they
Uh,
chink or they have a burrito and they I'm
mm-hmm.
like, let's be nice. Mm,
Do
bitch.
too.
Or like somebody doing like we go to Target and you get something and I get something to this and this and I'm just looking like, well, hopefully I remember this when I see him because the amount of
Right.
shit.
It is. Yes. It's like I can't even like plan surprise stuff proper because it's like it's not a surprise. I'm coming and I'd have to borrow your car or borrow this to do anything. It's like you already know I'm on some BS.
Can't relate. Every time Kage should expect shit for his birthday, but like legit, I kick him out of like if we're in the Airbnb. I've kicked him out of a hotel
Mm.
and an Airbnb. Be like, hey, I need ice from the first floor. We need to go to Walmart, but I think I'm gassy. Oh, here you go. And like he comes back, the whole apartment's changed. I'm like, yeah, bitch, you ain't know all this. Why you think I had 2 bags, bitch? I only needed a carry on. Happy birthday, bitch. But no, I
See,
get it.
I be carrying my whole life when I travel. Like I pack everything into like 2 bags plus my purse, and I still be missing stuff.
If it was not for like shoes, I think I
Mm,
have mastered now a carry on. Like, I would be fine flying Southwest, probably more, if it was not for shoes and the fact that
mm,
he lives in Jersey and it's cold as shit. So I can't wear my Texas
mm,
clothes. Like, I'm almost to the point where I'm like, even though we are almost at 2 year mark, I'm almost confident enough to be like, he can buy me clothes when I get up there if it's that important. Or just
mm.
being like, I'm gonna leave clothes in your house. Like, I'll come back to it. I won't need this
I'm
one pair of
scared.
jeans. That's my biggest fear. Is like, I'm like, I feel like that's where my jeans are. To this day, I still have not seen them. I'm gonna ask Kagi, did you take my jeans? I'm missing
I'm
my.
scared to do that because he got cats in his house. One of them is misbehaved and likes to pee everywhere.
Oh,
I'm like, we won't get me. He got me once though. I ain't gonna lie. He definitely got me once.
did he make eye contact when he did
I
it?
Oh no, he got me and I didn't see him do it. Truth was sick and I went his mom was like, "Oh, I'm going to make him this special ginger mixture that I do. Can you run to the store and get the ingredients?" I'm like,
Whew.
"Oh, absolutely." I
I
picked up
know
my shoes
exactly
to
what
put them
that
on.
mixture is. Yeah,
You do. It looks wild. I've never tasted it, but it look really wild.
strong.
I be scared.
It's not.
That's what
If
I've
you like,
heard
do you like
too.
ginger? Then no. I love ginger, but I'm
Yeah.
kind of allergic, which sucks because I
Oh
really
no.
love ginger. But yeah, that shit's a detox. That is a deep.
Mhm.
That shit.
Yeah, it
Oof.
clears him up every time. But I went to go. I put on my shoes, and I've noticed my shoes was wet, but I ain't paying no attention. So I walk out, and on. I'm going. I'm on my phone, the phone with my sister, and I'm moving. I'm animated, move my hands, and I'm like, "What is this smell? Something smells really, really bad." And then I realized it was my hand, and I was like, and then I realized my hands only touch my shoes. So I had to go in the bathroom because I didn't want to touch obviously none of the produce or nothing like that. I had to go to the bathroom, wash my hands and stuff. Now I'm sitting here just staring at my feet, crying.
Wet shoe.
I went in the house. Went in the house, took them off. I had to soak them in fabric softener and everything because like the smell just was not coming out after I washed them. And I'm just like,
Cat piss is strong. It's,
mm-hmm.
I mean, piss is strong, period. But some chemical in cat piss just.
It's wild.
Yeah. I figured that out when I went to New Orleans and I found this like cat alley and that on
Mm.
top of drunk piss. I was like, I smell the cat piss more than the drunk piss. That's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm gonna let you go because I'm keep looking at the time and I'm like, somebody got something to do.
All right.
Somebody's got to go clock
But
in
thank
before I might have these motherfuckers come after me. I can feel it now. You're the reason she's late. And like, you know what? Nobody likes you. Your
you
mom should have
good.
swallowed you.
I don't Now you good. I don't even stream today. It's my day
Oh,
off. They good. Mm. I tell people
it's
that
the
all
way
the
you
time. They be
lean back,
like,
just like fuck them niggas.
good. I tell them that all the time. They be like, "Oh, Cebeis, you was playing this. You should have streamed." I'm like, on my off day? That's quite the request.
What does it take for a game to be something you play off stream though?
It would have to be something that I want to zone out to. Like I've started to notice, like I start a lot of RPGs on stream, but I don't finish them because I'm very much the person. I want to do every side quest. I want to talk to every NPC. I want to read every notebook I find on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't. I
Watching
could
you
tell
play
when I
Skyrim would be
stream.
hilarious to see you read every fucking book.
I do be reading the books. I be in there like, dang, this is a story. And it's like, I get other people might be like, bro, I
Bitch.
am not finna sit here and watch you read all these fucking books. But so it's like games like that, I'll be like, okay, we take it off stream. Like I stopped playing Fallout New Vegas on stream because I'm almost to the end of the game, but I'm like, no, there's like 80 side missions that I know that are here that I'm
I'm
gonna
going to run
discover
back.
first. Yeah, I'm gonna run back. They watched me grind for 2 days to get a level so I could have one specific dialogue choice with a character that didn't affect anything in
I
the
was there
game.
for that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was very
I was
confused. And
like,
then I was like, oh, we're doing this on purpose. Okay.
yep. I
Because at
was
first
running
I was
around
like, am I
avoiding
zoning out?
missions.
And I'm just, am I, is it me? Is it me, Jesus?
And it's like, for me, it's worth it. But it's like, I know how that looks when people are watching. They're like, what the hell are you doing?
I was like, I was enjoying playing South Park on stream. The first time I played it, I could tell nobody was fucking with it except for Daryl. But Daryl's seen it all. So he was just like, he's unlurking every once in a while to be like, and I'm just like, we get it. But then, like, and Harris is always there. Thank God for Harris. And, like,
I love Harris.
people would come in and they're just like, they're talking to me, but they're talking to me like they want to, what's the next thing we're getting into? And I'm like, this is it. And I'm like, So then I streamed it. I started playing it off stream camera and I was having fun. And I was like, wow, yes. Like, if it's something I'm going to nerd out on, like, things with Easter eggs, especially on something that I'm, like, obsessed with, I lose my shit. So I'm like, I'm going to stem and do my weird shit off stream. Because I was like, oh my God, that's from this episode. And that's from this episode. But then I tried it again and people were there, but they were just watching me have fun. But I was like, it felt different because it wasn't people coming in to, they passed the vibe check.
Yeah.
But I still went and played it off stream and I was like, I like this better. But like,
yeah, it's like,
I don't have a good thing of, until I do a stream and I see how people react to it, I don't know what I don't like streaming. And so I'm just like, I don't like y'all. Y'all losers. Y'all don't know this fucking episode. Y'all ain't ever watched it.
There's so many games I pulled out of rotation because I'm just like, this is my vibe, but I could tell this isn't y'all vibe, so I'm just getting. That's for me.
It's like, I think the key millers, most key millers, I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna do it. But there's some I come back to and I'm like, I'm gonna play that again. That was actually kind of dope. But like, not for broadcast. I don't know why I was obsessed with that game, but I think I played that shit 4 times in a row. I'll play that shit again.
I'm not gonna hold you. Keymail is nice to me, but anyone who emails me from TikTok is not. Like, my TikTok emails be hurting my feelings because, like, you know, like, again, people be like, oh, you should be at the point where you're working with companies. So these companies will reach out and they'll be like, and like, most of my TikTok is literally just Twitch clips.
I love
There's
that
only
for you,
like
though.
maybe
at least you're getting
a couple people. Yeah.
Not the ones you want,
they
but
be bullshitting me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they be bullshitting. They be like, hey, can you
for publicity?
They're like, can you do 3 TikToks and 2 Instagram posts for nothing, and we're gonna give you the product, but a small one, and we can use your image in any way we want to. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
It's like when everybody was doing the coldest water. That's like the day where I was like, okay, because at first, you know, like when you first start, well, when most people started streaming and shit, like they were like, oh, these are the goals. I want to get on stream team. I want to do this. I want to work with companies. The coldest water, how it did a whole bunch of like TikTok people, I was like, oh, I don't want that. Okay, so that's not a goal for me because I'm already at a disadvantage. Because you're not about to sit up there. You paying these motherfuckers 2,000 of a video and I'm getting 200.
Yeah.
I think one person, she got paid like $100, and then her person, like, on, I guess they have agents and shit. Somebody who was in her agency, they got 10K to do 10 things with coldest water and Fabletics or some shit. Like they did it as a merge or some shit.
Yeah.
And they got 10K. I was like, I'm good. I think for me, I'm gonna just find me some black companies that want a black bitch that's gonna say nigga. And they ain't gotta worry about the most controversial shit about me is I talk about my penis. But you don't know what I identify. I don't ever say my pronouns. So as far as you know, I got both. That's what I mean like, when I say we.
For me, it's like with companies, it's like I don't want to do anything because I'm not like, I jokingly lie all the time. Like, y'all have heard me say like the wildest stuff about people for no reason, unprompted. But it's like I can't do certain things and just like act like I care. Yeah, like they wanted me to
lie. You know what? My favorite beverage, like honestly, I think the best drink in the world is Dr. Pepper. Every morning when I wake up and I take me a nice cold refreshing sip of Dr. Pepper, I just feel like I'm back home with my grandma and I'm just sitting there at the table drinking with her and I love it. It don't taste like barbecue water. I said it. Daryl and Nippy fight me. This shit tastes like barbecue water. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. This shit is barbecue water. That shit tastes like somebody took barbecue sauce. They took a fucking what's that fucking white people shit? Fucking white people fucking
the White Claw thing?
No, the barbecue sauce.
Oh, the barbecue sauce. Oh,
not Sweet Baby Raised. Fucking other one. The Paul Newman. They took Paul Newman barbecue sauce. And they got a big ass thing of like designing water, and they took it and they said, and then they shook it, and then they got a carbonated machine, and they said, I bring to you Dr. Pepper. And then they put like a piece of like an old root beer candy. Like one of them old ones that old people have in their candy, like in the little pockets with a loud ass wrapper. That's what's in there. That's how it gets its flavor and coloring.
I've never had those. I've never had a Dr. Pepper, so I can't.
You're not missing shit. Try. You know what? Go somewhere, right? And if they have it in this fucking fountain machine, like let's say you go to a 7-Up, like one of those little Coke Freestyle machines, and you just have time to waste, and you don't mind burning a cup, just take a look. Check that bitch. Or next time you see Daryl, ask him that's his favorite drink.
I know what, I want to do that so bad.
It's just so nasty.
I want to do that.
And I'm mad because I know so many people. And people who love Dr. Pepper, it's always a fanatic. They can't, no one likes it. No one loves it. They're fanatics. The motherfuckers have like t-shirts. They're like, I'll die on this hill. Well, I'll die on my hill that you drinking barbecue water.
Maybe they just really like barbecue. They're like, this reminds me of my youth. You know.
Peepaw sitting at the grill with his goddamn slides on. That was my Peepaw. He handed me my first Dr. Pepper while he was manning that grill making them pork sausages. And I don't know why it's pork sausage.
A whole pork sausage.
It felt right. It felt good.
It's like they be wanting me to sell stuff like pre-made computers. I'm like, so many people in my stream make PCs. I cannot sell a pre-made computer to all these people that actually know how to put their PC together.
I feel like if you did the commercial and they seen your facial expressions, they would have been like, "Oh, get the bag, honey." Because I was like, I think if ever I would I always said that if I could sell something, I would sell like coffee or like things I am actually knowledgeable of, and it ain't that much. So I'd be like, or hotels or something, like random shit that's like kitchen shit. So then I'm like,
yeah.
Me telling you, like, if I came at somebody who did the Dr. Pepper commercial, it'd be like, get the bag, boo. Get the bag. We know. Especially because I know my face, I'd be like,
I feel like if I could sell anything, I would like to do skincare, because skincare is actually something I really fuck with. I spend a lot of money on skincare. I got a morning product. I got a morning routine. I got a night routine. Like, it's just something I do to, like, chill out, relax. It's therapeutic. I really like,
I understand. I like doing other people. It sounds really weird. I like doing scalp maintenance on other people's hair.
Oh, that's magic.
Like that people, magic. And I hate it because like I was telling somebody about this the other day. I was like, my friend in middle school in one of the grades, she had dandruff and she was Vietnamese, French, and Italian. Her hair was thick and long, and I just would sit there every day. If I were doing math and shit, I would finish my work early because I like ADHD would kick in, and I'd be like, done, got my homework done, and I would just sit there with a comb and everything, and I would just pick the dandruff out of her hair, and then I oil her scalp because I didn't know that other races didn't do that, and I was just sitting up there putting like hair oils and shit, and my teacher was so used to my shit because she'd be like, at least you do your work, but I'm just like, and then I would leave her with a little French braid. Then she comes back the next day, and I'd be like, I'm doing it again. I'm like, but I was laughing because I was like, that's relaxing. I can't do pimple popping and shit like that. But like,
and I love it.
I had a boil under my arm that I waited so long that it got infected because I couldn't pop it myself, and I was panicking, and we went to the urgent care for this. And I just remember when they did it, I was just like, and they were just like, ma'am, and I'm like, why would you do that? You're a nasty bitch. Like, let's talk about this. What did you go to school for? Why? And then he's just looking at me like, "Are you mad at me because I popped it and you couldn't?" And I'm like, "Why would you want to? Like, I would have turned me away."
I did that to myself. I think it was secret deodorant. I didn't know it was breaking me
Oh,
out, and I
yeah.
developed like a huge boil. And I remember I had poked the product with it till I got it open, and
Ugh.
then I got it, and then it had made all my pores dilate under here. So I had a bunch of dilated pores that I had to like press on to get like
Uh,
deodorant bits out of it.
I think I
It
used
took
men's
forever.
deodorant and that happened. That's how I got there. I used because I
Mm.
didn't know that that's just for some reason skin too sensitive can't do it.
Mm.
But there was also like this dude in my gym. He gave me a hug, and I guess he just put deodorant on, and it was burning
Mm.
my skin, like because it was right here.
Oof.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck that man had in. I was like, this nigga got cocaine in this shit, because I was like, I'm getting an acid burn from deodorant. I, to this day, I need somebody to tell me. I want to ask him so much. I asked him to beat up a guy today, but other than that, like, I want to ask him. I'm gonna ask him. Write that down on my notes. Ask him what the fuck is in his deodorant. What?
Kind of want to try the natural deodorants because I've just realized like is
Like Lumi?
my skin is just sensitive. I think so. I don't know any of the brands, but everybody say like, oh, you're gonna have a detox period and that's gonna be a little wild. I was like, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I'm strong enough.
My biggest thing that I want to do, like in health,
Mm.
kind of like, especially in the deodorant department, I want to go through the
Mm.
chlorophyll phase where like you do the chlorophyll cleanses because it's a
Mm.
natural deodorant, so it takes
Mm.
away like your body odor.
Mm.
And then as somebody, I'm not gonna mention names from the community, was saying, if you mix that with what's the fucking one of the like herbs and shit,
Mm.
it'll make you smell like maple syrup.
I don't know if I want to smell like breakfast.
I don't want that part, but I just thought, I mean, if you want a scent and you ain't got your natural scent no more,
Yeah.
I was like, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Smell like a fucking hookah.
That's And plus, too, they said like the natural deodorants don't stop the sweating, and I'm an extremely sweaty person. So I'm like,
So you're trying to be one of those people with the rock crystals and the natural deodorant, is what you're saying. You're trying to be the people doing
I
this with a
mean,
crystal over and over again, rubbing that shit raw.
low key sometimes.
I
Sometimes
mean, shit. Erica Badu said as long as you do it 100 times under each arm, you good.
I don't got that type of dedication. I think I would
She
just have to eat
said
aluminum.
it's the fact that she was dead ass serious. She was like, no, like legit. If you do it, and then she's like, and then she showed how the motion in which you do it, and I'm just like, Erica, I ain't going with you on this journey. I'm gonna use Dove.
Yeah,
Me and
same.
my Dove
I
are
got that.
sure.
Like we got a beautiful relationship. It's like, do I really want to mess that up? You know?
I just got back to confident and shaving under my arm because I'm not scared of an ingrown hair. I think that I'm good right now. I that was another thing that scared the shit out of me. Ingrown hairs.
Oh yeah, I like doing those extractions as well. I like
What did I do to find you people? If you people like what y'all are a cult. It's a cult.
'cause it's
I don't
so
see the I
satisfying.
don't
It's
get the
like
satisfying part. That's what
ah.
I don't see the pleasure in it. I see the fear and panic, and I guess because also I used to work at like an ear nose throat doctor, and so I've
Mm.
helped with the scope and like the ear and the scrapings and what you find in people's ears.
See, that would scare me.
That I'm numb to, because part of me is like, that's technically the same kind of grossness, but I'm like, I did it for work, so it's not like I'm going like, ooh, I want to go look at scope videos. But it's like that was part of my job. But like watching people, I do like the ones with the like with people's skin peels and stuff, and like they do the
Mm-hmm.
black. I can do a blackhead. Well, no, I can't because I saw a pimple. Certain days, the TVs at the job, like pimple popping
Mm.
after pimple popper comes up, and I saw
Mm.
the giantess blackhead. It was this big.
Like the pour of Weiner ones.
Look at you,
Like
look at you.
they go rock.
Yeah, it was a big ass bitch,
I
and
love
she's like massaging it, and it's just head like you see the head come out, and like everybody. And she's just like, oh yeah, that's a big one. And I'm just sitting up there like this. That was inside that person. It's not an organ. It's just there. How did you not? So you just let this bitch grow. That
It's
bitch.
because the
When
pore
that
is so
bitch,
dilated, it can't.
I'm like, this bitch didn't grew up to this big, and you felt that. When it was this big, you ain't want to fix it. You decided when this motherfucker's colossal Sam, you were like, you know what? You gotta go. This thing we got is not working. I'm thinking of getting me a heterosexual love this year. One day. Maybe if I watch. I feel like, nah. Because my niece likes it too, and she's young. And we'll go from watching like slime videos and shit, kinetic sand, and then the next thing I know, it's Dr. Pimple Popper. And I'm like, I'm done. You tried it. You tried to sneak it in with goddamn. You tried to get me, bitch. Yon. And she's like, you're not going to watch it with me? No.
Truth the same way. He cannot. If I'm watching one of those videos, do not put it on the TV. Watch it on my phone because he is not trying to see no ingrowns, no extractions, no pops, none of that.
I think it's the pus part.
Yeah.
And then some people be juicing the water. I'll be like,
That's fair. Sometimes that's why I can't do earwax videos.
And that's
like,
what
especially
I'm
when
used
it's but especially when it's like an infection, like the infection ones, like those fucked me up so bad. I was like,
once my ex taught me how to like clean my ear with like hydrogen peroxide, and I realized like, oh, just take a napkin and boom. I'm like, that's fine. I can deal with that. I've had to clean his ear a million times because he used to get ear infections all the time. I was like, earwax, I didn't have to cross that bridge. But when I worked at that doctor's office and we pulled a roach out of somebody's ear, and this man, we like, how the fuck did this happen, sir? He said, I found a couch outside a gas station and I took it home and I slept on it.
God bless. He ain't spray that thing down or nothing.
No.
He just said, oh, I came up.
Yeah. And it was a recliner too, so he was just comfy. And it was the fact that my doctor kept going in and cleaning. I was like, I'm done. I was like, what you want for lunch today, doctor? I got your credit card in my pocket. Which got it.
Like,
I missed the rest of it, but I was just like, because I was mad because he was black. I was like, Jesse, come on.
You gotta do better than this, bro. Because ain't no way.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
No, that's one thing too. I noticed with stream. It's like I be having to worry about my ergonomics so bad. It's like I have so many like ergonomic things. I got a footrest. I got a back thing. I got a stool. It's like I really be sitting at this John all day long.
I got Kathy got me a big girl chair. It's like for big people, for the thick, and it's metal.
Yeah.
I never knew this could be so comfortable. I never put it in recline. I be getting nervous because I know it's made for big people, but I ain't testing it. It doesn't have the foot support, but I usually put stuff under my desk, and absentmindedly I'll do it. Or I like sit in my chair like cross legs sometimes. It's not wide enough for me to be how I want to sit, which is like across it, like a couch.
Yeah.
But I was like, this.
Yeah.
I don't mind, and then I got a butt cushion.
Son.
I'll be sitting up here scooting on it and stuff for no reason because I be forgetting how to sit on it. I'll be like, this ain't the same ass I had yesterday, apparently.
That's how I be feeling with this. Like I'm constantly like pushing myself back up into the seat because I'm like, I'm sitting on the edge. I'm like, on this thing. Like, hold on. Like, did a cheek fall off? See, adjust it now. Like, what's going on?
I think that's my big issue. I sit so many different ways that the butt then ain't right. So I'm just like right now I can feel where my thighs usually go, and I'm like, you just gonna have to make it work right now, like. But thank you. I'm gonna let you go. I have to pee. Yeah, because I forgot. I've been holding it since I was at work.
Oh no, you won't.
I told you my ADHD is crazy. I left work and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go pee before I leave, and then I got in the car and I'm like, oh, I'll pee when I get home, and then I'm like, and then you're like, I'm ready, and I'm like, I was on TikTok when I was supposed to be peeing.
I feel it. That was me with breakfast where you was like, oh, let me know you're ready. I was like, oh, I was supposed to eat like 3 hours ago.
I'm happy you ate. That's very important to me. I would have literally been like, all right, we rescheduling for night. All right, God bless. Let me go take my 6-hour nap of the day. That's probably all my rest. I forgot I had this ring on. I'm like, hello. So thank you. I try to end with a song about tomorrow.
Okay.
I have not been thinking of songs with tomorrow because I did not write down the ones I already used. And since the other episode didn't record, I can use the song I used yesterday.
Bet.
Now, do you like musicals?
I do.
Okay,
I
you
don't
might
watch
know
as
this
many
one.
as I should.
You probably know this one. I'm excited.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me be black and get the lyrics up like we at church. Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. It's the fact that I know the words. I get nervous because
Yeah.
if this is the episode that I get a lot of views on, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be like, God damn it! And I ain't practiced the lyrics before I got on there.
Hopefully that won't be the case.
I'll cry. I'll be like, God damn it, Cebeis. Don't come to my shit no more.
That's all my TikToks that popped off. Is the TikToks I don't care about, not proud of,
You
don't
want to
think
know
they
my
funny.
favorite video
I'm
you've
like,
ever posted is?
what?
Because it's probably not the one you're thinking. The one where you're like, I think a gas station simulator, and you go to the back of that fucking inflatable niggas.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm obsessed with that one. That I go back and watch it so many times because I'm just like, why is it an Asian man and why is
I know exactly what you talk about.
I'm pretty sure something
What
worse
that
happens
do?
afterwards, but it's my favorite part is just the fact that it's just an inflatable nigga. Because I'm like, what if somebody was like, I don't know how to draw a person? Well, draw a fucking balloon and put a face on it.
He just come out the closet just like,
Yeah, I'm
like,
like, I like it. I like it a lot. That's my favorite video. I go back for that video so many times. I will scroll. Like
and I hate that. That made me so bad when it happened too. I hate that day clip.
because
Like,
you were
ain't
just
no
looking,
fucking way.
and I'm like, I get it. Look, I was like, I feel your pain, but this nigga spitting.
And he really did Aggie stuff all game. Like he would tell me, like, "Oh yeah, somebody died on the path you just took home." Just kidding. I just wanted to scare you. And I'm like, "All right."
I didn't like that he was a person because it really kept throwing me off. It's like he's a blue. I was like, so is this in your mind? Part of me was thinking so deep. I'm like, oh, so it's in your mind. Yes. So you're already in purgatory. And I'm like, nah, I think they just couldn't draw a person. And I fucks with it because
They could not.
if my friend can draw stick figures twerking, then why can't niggas be balloons? Okay. Today for you. Tomorrow for me. Today for you. Tomorrow. Oh. For me, I'm not going to do the whole verse because the last time I did the whole verse, and I feel like that's why that thing didn't record. But that was from Rent. That's Today for You by Angel Dumont from Rent. A wonderful play. A great play. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you need to see it again, I have it on DVD. Fucking nerd. I have that shit on DVD.
You're not a nerd. You're just an enthusiast.
No, I'm a nerd because it's the anniversary version where it shows you like the Broadway people meeting the movie people, meeting the real people that are still alive, and then I cry. It's that's why I'm like fucking nerd because I bought it again.
Oh.
I had the regular DVD that was like when Blockbuster went out of business. I bought a whole bunch of DVDs thinking I was cool, and then I went back and I bought that one and I paid full price for that.
Oh,
Just to hold it and be like, it's the anniversary edition.
Oh yeah, that's a little more than enthusiast.
Yeah. I sit up here crying because I know the soundtrack by heart and sit up here like, this part always gets me. It's like the first 5 minutes of Up, I'll be like, she gonna die. Here she go crying. I just be waiting for people.
I didn't watch Up because I heard about it.
The lady died.
I refused.
Yeah.
I know. I wasn't watching it. They were
It's
like,
the
yeah,
way
it's sad. I'm like, sad.
It is. But the thing is, like, as I got older, I started understanding what was happening. I'm like, oh, the trauma. And then as I got older, I'm like, that in Rent. I don't know why. Even as a kid, Rent always got me. And then when I got older, I'm like, oh, A's was a bitch. And then I'm like, oh, they didn't even have a shot. Nobody gave a fuck about him, Jesus.
Not for a half a second.
It's a good movie. I would say watch Rent. I mean, not Rent. Watch Up, but watch Up with your boo, and get your cheese clapped afterwards and make you feel better.
You feel make fun of me when I cry. You gonna laugh at me,
and then you make him laugh when he taps out. It's all right. Don't worry about it. It'll be all right. But thank you guys for being here. CB said I'm taking my hair now. I forgot my things to record. Shit, tight as hell. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being my guest. I don't know how to exit. This is just like the entrance all over again that they didn't see. This is all I got. I'm gonna keep doing this and it's just gonna fade out.
Hey, that's perfect.
It's beautiful. I put my heart into that.
Damn. Oh, look at this bad bitch material. Look at this. Using my trademark hand gesture. I'll do this. I was about to laugh, but then I did it. I can't cook in these conditions. Police. Now. Wait, I'm gonna say hi, Lee Street. Alright, y'all, we finna end it down. We finna raid my friend Bruja. You know, that's my nigga right there. You know, I'll see y'all next weekend. Bye-bye.